What is up, everybody? It has been a minute since I've seen all of my peoples. I hope everybody is doing great, everybody. Wow, it has been a minute since I have hung out with my beautiful peoples. What up? It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute. Let's wait a little bit. You know what I mean? Let's get these people trickling in, and we're going to get this party started. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let's do this. What's up, that girl? Carla, Just Britt, Lufa, The Daily Cloud, Christola S, Llama Girl, my homie. Yes, I miss you, Llama Girl. Let's see who else did I miss out here. Let's see. At Shelby M. I said The Daily Cloud, Lufa, just in case I missed you. And Carly Della Sun. I know we will have more people coming in, which is awesome, as always. I am going to wait a little bit because I do want, hey, Sue, what's up? Yes, I am back. As always, I always take these little hiatuses, not on purpose. I definitively do not do it on purpose. It's because work, man. You know what I mean? I'm over here busting my butt at work, and then I get home, I'm tired, and then I'm like, I'm going to do a live, and then I'm not going to do a live, and you know how it works. You know how it opens. It happens. So... but we're here the day before Valentine's Day with a little bit of a different format, something that I've never done, but people tell me that I should be doing it. So we're going to do it tonight. Yes. Like I said, the day before Valentine's Day. So if you haven't already retweeted the live, go ahead and do that for me. Oh, Perfectly Imperfect, what's up? You know, I would appreciate that greatly if you would do that, and make sure you drop a like, and at the end drop a comment, all that blah, blah, blah stuff. You know what I mean? Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. Yes, it is. My wife was like, really? You're not going to cuddle with me tonight? You're going to go do a live? I was like, yeah, I'm going to do a live, and I'm going to be with you all. What's up, Carla? I'm going to be with you all day tomorrow and tomorrow night. So, which is cool. Yeah, it's all good. Hey, bite me. Great to see a lot of people, a lot of faces, a lot of familiar faces, some new faces, which is awesome. You know, the SFF fan. Well, for people who do not know what SFF is, it means Silver Fox Family. Linda Lou, what's up? How are you? So that's what that means. Silver Fox fam. There's a membership. You know, if you decide that you want to help the channel, I'm not telling anybody to do it or not to do it, but it does help my editor when we do edit videos. That money goes to him to help him. What's up, Blair? To help him, get some extra money on the side from his job, which he helps me greatly. He's the one who puts those awesome videos together. And, you know, they're the funny ones. The ones that aren't as funny are the ones that I do. The ones that are funnier and well put together are the ones that he does. It should have automatically did a post, Just Brit, in the Discord. But just in case, I'll do that if you give me a second. Hey, Lufa, thank you for the support. Thank you for being a member. I much appreciate it. Evelyn, what is up? So again, I'm going to have a little bit of a different format than I normally have. This is going to be, a lot of people are like, hey, you know what? You should answer questions as far as like advice questions. Just so you know, for my mods out there as well, if somebody comes in trolling, it is a insta ban. We're here tonight to hang out, have a great time, chill with fam, and not deal with any of the bullshit. Hey, what's up? Don't mess with Texas. So just so you know, if somebody comes in here yakety yakking, do not hesitate. You do not need my permission. You just throw the ban hammer. Claire S, what's up, Claire? Yes. All the best people. Give me a second. I am going to drop that. Claire asked me to put it into the Discord, and I'm going to do that. Yeah, you know what? It's Friday night, right? Not on top of that, not only is it Friday night, but tomorrow's Valentine's Day. We don't want to wake up in a bad mood because we had a bad stream. You know what I mean? We want to wake up in a great mood because we had a great time. And we're able to project that happiness, that being ecstatic with our online friends to our family tomorrow. What's up, Kino? Glad to have you. Very Vanessa. I used to do my lives a lot later, and we used to call them insomniacs. So I would start them around 1:00, and it was rough, but it did help a lot of people that could. Snow remover, what's up? So it was the first time a lot of people would actually, or not. Excuse me, I train of thought went somewhere else. So we would stay up late, and it would help those individuals that were insomniacs to give them something to do and help them, unwind their minds to be able to sleep. It was great, but I haven't done one of them in like forever. It's been a minute. So I keep saying that I'm going to do this, and which I should be doing it because Claire asked me to do it. So I'm going to do it. 3 a.m. Wow. That is pretty late. What?
If you're still trying to figure out how to start an online business, or how to get people to actually buy from you.
Pause. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. All up in your ear. So, come on, I lost my mouse. Copy. Ooh, man. I'll tell you what. There we go. That's it right there. Public chat. And it is in there. Claire. Alrighty. So, just so you guys know, tonight is going to be a little bit of a different format. I think I said that like a couple minutes ago. What we're going to do is I'm going to have an open forum. I'm going to put a link up in a little bit. So basically, if you guys have any questions, what's up, Rosa Lang? If you have, any questions, whether it be anything that you particularly feel that I have an answer to, or that I may be able to help you with, verbally, then I'll put you on. You'll be more than happy to come on here. You can ask your questions. So we're going to have at least 2 to 3 minutes to where you can ask your question, or if it's a statement with a question, I think 3 minutes is ample enough time for you to be able to ask anything that you may or may not have to ask, which you should have to ask something if you're naturally going on to the live. And I think if if you're feeling down today, come on live, man. Everybody in the chat and myself will help you, uplift your spirits. So that way, you're going to bed knowing that you're loved, man. Going to bed knowing that people are thinking about you and that you're not alone, because you're not alone. Whatever it may be, whatever you're going through, if you feel that you need to talk about it, I think this is ample enough. Again, I wrote a disclaimer on the actual description, as well as on the thumbnail, but I'm going to say it as well. I am not a licensed psychiatrist, okay? But everything that is said is of my opinion and my opinion alone. So that advice that I give you, you could either, take it, dissect it, utilize it, or none at all. I've got to say that because then somebody's going to be like, well, he said this and this and that, and it's got to be stone. No, it's not written in stone. So with that being said, guys, I am going to put the link up here. Like I said, make sure 3 minutes. And if you don't have to show your face, that is perfectly fine. I would rather you not do that. But if you have a camera and you want to, that's fine. But you don't have to. It's not something that is necessary whatsoever. Alrighty. So I put the link in. I think I did already. There's StreamYard. And I'm going to pin it to the top. I think that's how I can pin it, right? Pin message to top. And if you're coming in here, Riley, what's up, Riley? If you're coming into troll, just know that I will drop you. Boom, done. Won't deal with it. Don't want to. That's not what tonight is about. Tonight is about you guys and any questions that you may have. Just whatever, whether you want to flex, whatever. Let's just do something a little bit different, a little bit of a change. Valentine stories, whatever you want to do, whatever you think will give us a giggle, whatever you will make us feel, a little bit better. It's awesome, So I do have a secret, which is the gift that I'm going to give my wife. I'm actually getting her a new car. Yes. So Bite Me says, my only question is, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? Got something special planned for Mr. Nut? For Miss Nut, take this and buy her a soda and ice cream cone. Thank you. I appreciate it. So what I was saying is I am going to be spending the day with her. I'm taking her to dinner to this little, there's an Italian family. So they have this really nice Italian restaurant, in a third world country. and it's weird. It's an Italian, it's right off the beach. So we're going to hold on. We got somebody here. What's up, DeGlare?
What's up, dude?
Chilling, big dog.
Yeah, man.
How you doing?
It's good. Yo, man, caught me off guard, man. I was about to eat the soup and crash, so I guess I'll talk to you while I eat this soup, homie.
There we go. There you go. Yeah, let me finish telling. So tomorrow we're gonna be doing that, and then I'm gonna drop off the car that I bought for her at the restaurant, and then when we come out of the restaurant, I'll give it to her. Is that romantic or is that corny? Let me know now, because I can change the plans before I do that.
I didn't hear the plans. What were they?
Oh, so I'm gonna take my wife to dinner tomorrow night. This Italian restaurant that's down here. It's right off the beach, and I'm gonna take her car that I bought for her and put it in the parking lot. And when I come out, I'm gonna give it to her after we eat.
Nice. Yeah, man. On a full stomach, can't go wrong.
On a full stomach, yeah. On a full stomach. So let's see how that goes. Hopefully she doesn't faint and vomit because she's full of food. That's crazy. Hey, Tia. Yeah, you know what, man? I'm gonna be honest with you. I usually get my wife, pretty good things, but I've never gotten her anything as big, and she deserves it. It definitely is something that she deserves.
That's awesome. Dude.
Yeah, she deals with my kids. I have an older daughter who comes down during the summertime, and she's great, and she treats my daughter as if she was her own daughter, and she's freaking awesome, dude. And to put up with my ass, dude, my wife is a strong woman, and she trains Muay Thai, and so she's a tough cookie. She's an emotionally Latin tough, like Russian, those tough women that just never show their feelings. She's actually kind of and she's scary, dude. She's a scary woman, and she's smart. She's an RN, and she works for the nonprofit down here, and you hear her how she talks to the doctors like they're idiots. Hey, you're not supposed to do that. You got to do this, blah blah. So I've been blessed, so it's about time that I do something nice for her. And then and then on Sunday I have another gift for her where she can go to the spa in her new car, and I just take care of the kids all day.
And it doesn't matter how tough the woman is, man. Every woman wants to be reminded of that sweet side of them, because they all have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the way to do it. Always, and by doing that, you're showing appreciation for that sweet, soft side of her as well as the hard side of her. And she's gonna love you for that for sure, dude.
Yeah, she's, like I said, she's totally worth everything, you know what I mean, that I have. She's because of her, I would have to say that I'm in the position that I'm in today, because so many times I would have just squandered it, where she's like, hey, you know what, chill out, stop, let's think this through. How are we going to do this? Let's figure this out. It's just, she's the actual backbone of everything, tolerating me down here talking crap with you guys, and she comes down and she'll sit off to the side over here where nobody can see her, and she's either reading a book or she's watching TV with headphones, and she's hanging out with me, but nobody sees her. And
Right.
when she hears me going at people, she's just in the background giggling. You know what I mean? She's awesome.
It's funny. I can picture it now. I never visualized that before, but like I could just picture like a dope wife just sitting in the background, just being like, "Oh man, they done pissed him off now."
Yeah, and she's doing her own thing.
Doing her own thing in the process, like
no,
like her pulse doesn't elevate in the slightest.
Nah, because she knows her man's got it, and if she knows. There's sometimes where she wants to come over and say something like, but to me, she's like, "Why are you going so soft on that individual?" And I tell her, I'm like, "Because I'm a softie. I'll go so hard, but then I start to pull back because I notice that I'm going just a little too hard.
Right.
That's just the way I am, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Rosalind, most men want to be heard and respected, but same with women too. I would hope that a woman in a relationship would hold herself to a higher standard where she expects to be heard and respected by her, significant other. If not, she should be putting the high heels to his head.
It's got to be a partnership, man.
Yeah, man.
You gotta, you gotta trust your significant other with all your emotions, and like if there's one person to be honest with, it's that person. And if you can't be honest with that person, then it's already failed. You know what I mean?
Of course.
It's already failed. So and that means like all honesty, being who you truly are and trusting them to help you, be the best person that you can be.
Lufa says, "You're sweet, Mr. Nut. I need a dentist now." She's funny.
Lufa's the best, dude. Lufa's killing it, dude. Lufa's channel.
Yeah, BJ says, "Ask him why he ignored me." Cristola, can you ask that question again? Because I'm trying to go through the chat, and it's going kind of slow now, but I tend to look at this camera more than I do at the screen, the chat. So I do apologize about that.
I can see the chat very well. Well, I mean, all I can see is the chat. You can either, like, when you're doing this from your phone, like I am right now, you can look at the comments or look at the. No, I know you are. I know you're using. Like, I look at the camera and the, make sure I don't have a booger hanging or nothing. But when I'm on my phone and you use StreamYard, you can either look at the comments or you can look at like the person that you're talking to and whatever.
I just started using StreamYard. This is like my third time using it.
It's really easy to use, but it sucks sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I hear, that it does suck sometimes. And I used to use Google Meets. That was like my thing.
Yeah, when I first started, it was Google Hangouts. And then they stopped doing that, like right when I started doing it. And then I had to like take on OBS.
Mm-hmm.
And OBS is a little complicated, but I got it enough. I just couldn't like screen share. Like I couldn't figure that out.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. It says it right here. I figured that out. There's a big old button right here that says share.
Yeah, and then StreamYard came along, and everybody started using StreamYard, and then I saw why, and I was like, yeah. So, like it was free at first, and then I just started paying for it. I paid like the $25 or whatever it is a month.
Yeah, so Sweet Tea, my wife hates that people give her massage. She hates massages. So this is more of like they'll put lotion on her, and then they'll like the rocks and stones like that and stuff like that. So we have another visitor. Let's let her in real quick and give her the floor for a second here. What is up, Just Britt?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing freaking awesome, man. It's been such a long time since I've done a live. It feels.
I know. I'm like, why? Where are you?
I know. I'm getting back onto the bike. I'm hopefully I don't fall.
No, I'm happy you're back. I actually started my own channel because I was like, well, none of my people want to talk anymore, so I'll just do it myself.
No, yeah, I saw that.
I was subbed to you before we even started talking, for a while.
It's fun. I'm doing mine just more on mental health. And working and but we also are doing like true crime some days too, because that definitely goes back to mental health. So that's kind of what the basis of my channel is. So
what we need to do?
What
we need to hook up with Mr. Zod.
Yes.
With, Fandom Zone.
Yes.
He's a good dude, man, and I'd like to see his channel grow. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah, he was gonna do a live with me last week, but I didn't. I didn't want to. You know, he was gonna interview me, and he never got back to me as far as like timing goes. But I know it's something that he wants to do.
He wanted to do that with me, and then I was like, sure. And then
I think he's timid. I think he's really timid to do it. You know what I mean? But you know, if you're out there, come on, bud. I'm more than happy to jump on your thing. On your
dude, anybody that I can just get on a live stream with and talk about like comic book movies and stuff like that.
Oh
dude,
yeah.
Oh, I can do comic book movies. I'm a big nerd. I read. Oh my gosh, my husband gets so annoyed with me. He's like, "You always reading." Like, I like to read. Leave me alone.
So how's your channel going, Just Britt?
It's doing good. I got sick last week, so I had to take a week off. But Megan, I don't know, Megan, that is all around Brochard. I can never say her last name. She's actually my co-host, and we just have fun and talk about mental health, but we also just chit chat about kind of everyday life as moms and women, and being there for each other and supporting anybody that wants to talk to us. So, and my little sister came on today for a while, so people could know that I'm not some like troll. But yeah, it was fun having my sister on there.
Good, nice. And any what are the plans for the future?
Just keep growing the channel as best I can.
Good.
And just, I mean, I know enough people, and a lot of people know me. And also, so 2 things I'm looking forward to for my new channel. We're having an addiction specialist doctor. He's willing to come in and talk to us and like answer questions. And then the other one is I'm going to have ex-mod of Katie Joyce that I was an ex-mod with, and she's not talked to anybody. And I'm friends with her still, and I asked her if she'd be willing to come in and talk to us. So those are kind of the 2 things I'm looking forward to. It's coming up.
Juicy. That sounds good. I can't wait to see that. Hey, Half Frozen Over, as well as Maximum Effort. Yeah, nerds are the best, you know. Amber Ann, what's up?
And kudos to you on the whole gift thing. That's awesome.
Yeah,
we're not doing nothing.
so here's the thing. My wife, last month, she went to Idaho. She flew up to Idaho to visit a cousin of hers that she has up there with the kids. Yeah. She went up there for a week, and she flew into the state that we live in, which is right next to it, and she drove there, and she got stuck with the car that she had in the snow because it was a 2-wheel front-wheel drive.
Oh, did she get stuck in the big snowstorm?
Yeah,
I live in Oregon, so we had that huge snowstorm like 2 weeks ago.
So what I'm gonna do is I bought the car down here because it's just a tad bit cheaper to buy it down here. But then I'm gonna have it here for God knows maybe a year or two, and then when we decide to go to the States, we'll drive it up and then leave it there.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, so the car, because we do that sometimes. We'll drive and we'll stop in Guatemala, and then or we'll stop in El Salvador first, Guatemala, then shoot over to Mexico, and then go to DF, which is a Distrito Federal. And so it usually takes about 2 weeks.
That'll be a fun road trip.
Yeah, though. Yeah, we've done it 3 times already. We love doing it, and it's we do it as a family, and the kids love it. And
my kids are just getting all older now.
Yeah, it's gonna suck when my kids get older.
It sucks. My oldest will be 20 next week or next month. And I'm like, where did you get so old? And I know. And I'm like, quit growing.
And then we'll drop the car off and leave it there, and then we'll just end up flying back here. And then that's what we don't normally. When I go up there with the car, I usually sell it. Like I'll get it down here like super duper cheap, and then go up there and then sell it for a very small profit.
Yeah, hey, at least you could resell. Here you buy a car off the lot, and you lose the price goes like half. It's so annoying.
Or sometimes I'll buy a used car up there and bring it down and then sell it here for a couple bucks as well. It just depends on the vehicle. Sometimes, like if you get a European car or like Fords, they build a lot of the parts down here. So a lot of those cars are cheaper here as well.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's pretty cool.
Well, that's cool. I'm excited for you guys. And I'm sure she'll be so excited.
She better be. It's a nice car.
Rob's Rules in the house, man. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, Rob, man?
We gotta do something with him too, man. That dude's awesome.
Yeah, of course. Tracy, what's up, Tracy? I've got quite a few new faces in here, man. It's awesome. I love it. Awesomeness.
Yeah. Well, you're awesome. That's why.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
I would say you remind me of my older brother. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you kind of talk the same, and your jokes are the same. So it's like I always feel like I'm hanging out with my big brother. So.
What's funny is that I swear all my jokes are like dad jokes. They're corny and stupid. What's up, Mr. Zod? We were just talking about you, man.
Oh shit, Mr. Zod's in the house. What's up, dude?
I don't know, Mr. Zod. Tell him you guys need to post a link to his channel.
Yeah, put up
please. And real quick, I'm sorry.
I support any little small channels.
But Mr. Zod, I don't want to put too much of his stuff out there, but his family went through a really hard time today. And so if we could throw some prayers out there for him and some
positive vibes,
positive thoughts for him, man. Yeah, like
awesomeness. Yeah, we can do that. Definitely. Awesome. So I told, there's a lot of new people in here. So today's forum is completely different than what I normally do. So if you have a question for me, if you have, whether it's love, hate, relationship, business, car, any type of question that you have for me, now is the time to pick my brain, because I do not do these often. This will probably be the first one that I do, and I won't do this one for a long time again, like this format. I've had quite a few people ask me, hey, you know what, why don't you do a question format where we can ask you questions? So now I'm available for you to ask those questions. I said questions like 30 times right there.
Well,
questions and everything.
Can I go first?
Ask a question. And you can't ask me why I'm so awesome.
Well, I already know that, dude. We all do. I'm gonna actually ask you publicly here what we were talking about the other night. Remember I asked you because I haven't told anybody this except you. That I really, for some reason, I really want to get into, like, with no experience, with nothing, I want to get into like competitive fighting. Okay. I mean, I don't care about getting my ass kicked, you know what I mean? But I feel like it would be, with your experience, because I know you used to do MMA, and you know, and you just mentioned that. I mean, it's in your family. I didn't realize even your wife was involved in that.
Yes, she's been doing. So we actually lived in Thailand for a little while. We lived in Thailand for a year and a half, and we both fought in Lumpini, which is the number one competition of Muay Thai around the world, which is held there every year. So she actually, we didn't place worth the shit, but we can actually say we got our asses kicked there.
Yeah. I mean, but like, what kind of, I know you started to tell me in private, but what kind of advice would you give somebody like me who's 45, never had any fighting experience whatsoever, but I feel like I've developed somewhat of the heart of a fighter in the last couple of years, and I'd like to put it to some physical use, and really, because I exercise a lot, and I want to put that exercise in the test.
So,
you know what I mean?
I would personally have you do a lot of jiu-jitsu, a lot of judo, and a lot of boxing, and stick to the basics at first, which means a lot of jabs, a lot of right crosses, a lot of hooks. It's just simple, a lot of bobbing and weaving. And in jiu-jitsu, sticking to the basics, which is learning how to do learning how to get somebody off of you that's mounted on you on a mount, learning how to stay on someone's back, and just, with that, you've got to do that for at least a year or two, man. I mean, just like really grind into it.
I'm not looking to rush anything. I just want to get good at this, as best as somebody at my age with no experience can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So there's tournaments where there's actually no kneeing, no elbowing, and no hitting to the head, no kicking. And I would recommend that you start there.
Right.
So that way, the first thing you want to do is get those butterflies out of your stomach. Once you get those butterflies out of
I probably should have more. Like right now, it's just kind of an itch of getting the know-how. I'm not looking to like jump in the ring and get hurt or hurt somebody else. I'm just excited about the idea of starting to gather the know-how.
Yeah, and before you do that, I would before you even do that type of tournament, I would actually do a lot of jiu-jitsu and judo tournaments.
And after I spoke with you, there's this guy who comes in my job a lot, and he's always wearing like a jiu-jitsu t-shirt from some school or whatever, and then I see him in the MMA room, doing stretches and kind of training by himself. And I asked him, and he told me the name of the school that he goes to that's not far from here, and it's like $100 a month, no contract. And if I get this promotion at work, or shit, if I set up the Patreon that girl has been bugging me to set up, and I'm the one who brought it up, but she's like, you gotta get it done, you gotta do it. So I'm probably going to end up doing it. And if I do that, then I'm going to join that school, I think, man.
If you wait any longer, you're not going to be able to get the win capacity to be able to do even jiu-jitsu tournaments. But that's a lie, because now the tournaments, they'll put you in what's a masters because you're over 30 years old. And it's their age brackets now as well, the way they do it. We got another person coming in. What's up? Don't mess with Texas.
Hi.
Hey, so really quick, give me a second.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Just give me 1 second though. Will, did that answer your question? Like where to start?
It's great.
I'll break it down like this: find a school, get your jiu-jitsu. That's number one. Everything else is secondary.
That's what that school is. Yeah. There's jiu-jitsu. So I'll start taking classes there, and then and then wherever the next step leads is where I'll go after
tournaments, man. Because it helps you. It helps you learn how to think while under high amounts of stress.
Right.
And then you can apply that to an actual ring, whether it be actual MMA or like a tournament style MMA.
Right.
All right. Let's see.
Thanks, man.
No problem. So don't mess with Texas. What's up and how are you doing? You are muted for some reason.
Hey,
okay.
Mr. Nut, I'm just I'll ask my. Oh, go ahead. I was gonna ask my question and then I'll jump off because I need to get off anyway.
Go ahead. Ask.
But my question is, what do you think I should be on camera with my face? Because I've been on there before with my face, but for my channel, do you think that would help my channel grow?
What format do you have on your channel, and like what is it? What does it have? What is it?
Well, it's just mental health and talking, so it's almost like a podcast situation.
Yes.
So I wonder if having my face on there would be a better way to grow it.
Statistically, having your face does help your channel grow. People like to see the reaction of your face, the sincerity of your face, and the different type of because when you're telling something serious, you emphasize it with your face. When you're saying something sad, you emphasize it with your face, et cetera, et cetera. So that was one of the things when I first started my YouTube channel a long time ago. I started it off with reviews of collectibles and comic books, and I was like, I don't have to show my face for any of this. But as soon as I started to, my channel took a turn for the better.
Okay, that's a great idea. Yeah, I was just I just am like a little self-conscious, maybe more than anything, and so I'm definitely my sister was like, you need to show your face, I think it'll help you, and I was like, okay, well, I'll ask somebody that maybe knows a little bit more than I do, and I don't have like a laptop yet, but once I can go and that will work, I'm going to start trying to find websites and show different places to go if you need help and that kind of thing.
Yeah, one thing I've learned is presentation is a big thing, man. Like I was scared as hell to show my face when I first started doing, like, you can since I've been on YouTube, you can actually watch my evolution of comfortability. I started off doing monologues like Kay does, you know what I mean? Because I started off with her. And that was how I just felt comfortable doing it at first, because I was like, okay, I know this works for somebody. So I started doing that. But then I realized I was like, I want my audience to, I want to interact with them more. I want to connect with them and actually have as close to a conversation with my chat as I can. The best way to do that is to express myself honestly and in the moment. And so I became more and more comfortable with that. And then I started going on camera, and then, but everybody that I know that's ever gone on camera and shows their face and actually put something towards their presentation as far as what the chat sees, then they've grown. I've seen that consistently. I can say that that's happened with every creator I've seen do that.
Yeah, it took like I said, it took a turn for mine when I started showing my face, and then I was wondering why. So I actually went into there's a thing called, I think it's YouTube Academy or something like that. And in that YouTube Academy, there's little lessons that you can take. And a lot of people that utilize the YouTube platform don't do the Academy. And they should, because there are so many good tidbits in that'll help you lance your channel. So I've noticed the people that actually follow that format, whether they are conscious that they're doing it or they've actually studied the Academy, the YouTube Academy, those channels tend to go the furthest. They tend to go they do really well. So yeah, I would definitely show the face, and don't be scared. You're going to be scared the first 3 or 4 videos. That's a given. You're not going to know what to do with your hands. It's just really an awkward thing to see for the first, 2 or 3 times. But then it just becomes natural. It's like you're talking to somebody in front of you. Does that help you? Don't mess with Texas.
I think we lost sound there for
Hi.
There she goes. Did that help you? Was that,
That gave me some great ideas.
Good. Make sure you use the YouTube Academy.
I will. I'll
Use
go
it,
check
use
into
it,
that for
use
sure.
it. And
Yeah.
at the end, there's really cool tests, and they give you certificates every time you pass a test or
Yeah,
one
I'll
of their
go check
segments.
into that.
It's freaking awesome.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
No problem.
And
Thank you for coming
thanks
on.
for having me on. Yeah.
Oh, I
see you guys.
appreciate it.
I'll be in chat.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Lighter. That was good. That was a really good. That was a great question.
Yeah, absolutely was.
I could never put my face on, ever.
No, there's, what is it called? Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah. I guess. I just couldn't do it. I'd be so damn nervous.
I was nervous at first as well. When I first did my first one, I was like, if you see it, which it's no longer up, I took it down because it was just that bad. But it looked like I was conscious that there was a booger on my face that was visible. You know what I mean?
Blemish or anything.
Yeah. Like, but I had a big zit here.
You're a woman, man. Like, women wear makeup, man. Like, a dude can't do that, dude.
Hey, Danny.
I guess they can, but traditionally we don't do that. And so we're like, trust me, we're self-conscious, like, look at Mr. Nut's background. Like, he's got the lighting just right. He's got a nice mic in front of him. His presentation is there. Like, it's all there. You know what I mean? So when you actually put some time into building something like that, like me, I just use a green screen, whatever. I have a mic in front of me, but even putting that little bit of effort towards your presentation helps build a little bit more of your own confidence. Because you're like, I didn't do this for nothing, so I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I get nervous. I'm not going to lie. I get nervous literally every time I go live.
Kimberly, if you, she has a question, come on, jump on the StreamYard, and we'll help you out there.
Brocasola S, you're tripping, dude. I got no problem with you, girl. You're too awesome. I don't know. She's like saying that I like ignored her or something. Nah, girl, you're tripping. It's all good. We're good, baby.
It is. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people don't understand that it is hard to talk on this, listen to what the other person is saying, and watch the chat all at the same time.
Right.
It is kind of difficult. Wildcard, what is up? Let's see.
I love you too, Cristola S.
Yeah, so hopefully, like I was saying, we need the puppy. You know what? My son has the puppy, and I was gonna put that on the what is it called? The thumbnail. I was gonna say co-hosting by Pearl and have her little picture up there, but I was like, nah, that's like clickbaity, man. Everybody's gonna come because they want to see Pearl, not hear what we have to say. Listen, I bet you if I put her in a playpen and put a camera on her with toys in there, she'll get more views than I ever will.
Probably.
Damn dog. No, she's awesome, man. She's the best little animal. She's like a little person, man. That we were able to get. You know, she was expensive, but she was worth it. She travels with me absolutely everywhere. And it used to be where I was alone all the time. And if I was going to the office and back, or I was with, four smelly dudes that with the smell of grease because of their freaking rifles. So it was just a bad mix. But now I've got four smelly dudes, the smell of rifle, and my puppy. And my puppy sits next to me, and she's freaking awesome, dude. Here we go. We got Mr. Zod coming in there. What's up, Mr. Zod?
Mr. Zod.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
If you guys hear an annoying beep, I'm actually at my job. I do security, and this beeping won't stop.
Oh, that's all right, man. Secure the shit out of that place, man. Do it.
Yeah. I've been wanting to come on and tell you guys, you do some amazing stuff, and thank the Glare kind of in person because he's been hanging around in my chats, and I wanted to say, you guys do an awesome job. How did you guys? I was just curious how you guys got into the true crime kind of stuff. Like with Glare, I've seen you on his channel a lot. I know you do different things, but how did you guys get involved in that?
So I'm not involved in
I'm sorry. Crime. Is somebody on a merry-go-round right now? You hear that, or is that just me?
No, that beeping is Mr. Zod. He said that was in the background.
Okay.
Yeah, he pre-warned us the minute he came in.
It sounded okay. I didn't hear it. It sounded like a squeaking merry-go-round. I'm sorry about that. Go ahead, Mr. Nut.
No. I completely forgot what he asked, man. I'm a shitty host.
Well, I know, Mr. Nut, you didn't.
Oh, yeah, the thing that I got it. I remember. I'm sorry. So I don't really do true crime. I just saw one instance of an individual that kind of needed help, and I put that video up there. And that was pretty much the only, I guess, dabbling that I've had in the true crime community. I tried to keep my channel a little bit on the lighter side, on the funny side. I'm either talking about crappy creators or funny news that you normally wouldn't hear or see, like the lady in the strip club during the lockdown. That was a crazy video. or the lady that was fondling tigers while they were knocked out. These are the crazy little things that you normally wouldn't hear or see in the news. I bring them to you guys, and I try to bring them to you guys as tasteful as possible, because a lot of the content isn't tasteful. So I try to do, something funny, tasteful, and something that you guys normally wouldn't have heard of otherwise.
Yeah, I did that a little bit here and there. Like I would do Karen videos. Like we would just break down Karen sightings and interactions that people have on the street, and then they submit them. And I actually did I managed to do 2 whole live streams on the lady at Walmart that was preaching Jesus and calling that dude and mother effer over and over again. She had this mental breakdown, and I managed to make 2 whole live streams work just out of that video. So I like to do that stuff too. As far as true crime goes, for me, it was I had a friend, a really, really good friend of mine, that we were teenagers and for years up until we were adults, and we were like homeless, and we did a lot of fun drugs and stuff like that together, just bouncing around the streets like a bunch of idiots, but not hurting anybody, just being irresponsible. And but we had loyalty, and we didn't steal from people, and we were good people, and we took pride in that. We wanted to live our lives however we wanted to live our lives. And then later on we just kind of grew apart. I ended up going back to school for a little bit, and then he ended up getting married and whatnot. And then years passed by, and I'm a body piercer at a tattoo shop on South Beach in Miami. And it turns out that his stepfather, prior to when we met, was a very, very rich guy. He literally actually lived in the house on Star Island that they filmed Scarface. So Scarface's house.
My uncle lived on Star Island.
Yeah, like that's small world, man.
Yeah.
But that was literally the house that he lived in, and he had a boat called Joe Cool. So here I am, and I'm already 30, I think, or around 30, and I don't even remember what year it was that it happened. And we reconnected because he was living on Star Island and I was working on South Beach, which is right there. And then every Friday we just started meeting up and having a beer at the Deuce, which is on 14th Street. And it was just our thing to do. And then out of nowhere, he ends up getting murdered. And he used to take that boat out to do it was a high profile case when it happened too. And he used to take that boat out and win fishing competitions with his half brother, who was real close to. And he and these two guys asked him they offered him $4,000 actually to give him a ride to Bimini in the boat. And then what happened was they ended up trying to steal the boat, because the plan was to get asylum in Cuba, because this guy worked at a Target as a manager and stole the entire deposit, which was like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And the person that he was with was an 18-year-old kid who he had a sexual relationship to as a child. So their plan was to steal this money and then steal a boat and then get asylum in Cuba. But once they shot everybody and threw everybody off the boat, they couldn't figure out how to drive the boat. And the Coast Guard caught them in the dinghy, in the emergency dinghy on the side of the boat. That really hit home and hurt real bad, and I couldn't. And I always found myself trying to figure out why in the hell somebody and how the hell somebody could be that cold-blooded and do something so senseless to such good people. And that's just pretty much been what's driven me to follow true crime cases. And then I started a channel, and I was really already into that community when I was watching YouTubers, and so I just kind of started doing it. I never wanted to exclusively do true crime, but it seems to be what I do most. But like I said, I was doing stuff that ComicNut does too, here and there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just an interesting tidbit. My uncle, his name is Willie Falcone, and he lived on the island. Now he is in the Dominican Republic. So he's my uncle through marriage.
Wow, that's crazy. Like, I wish I had a great story like that when it got started, but I went to see
a great story.
I went to see Harry Potter, and I got pissed off. It was the Crimes of Grindelwald, and I've been a Harry Potter fan for years. I'm from New York, and I grew up there. I remember standing outside of Barnes and Nobles, going to get all of the books, and I saw the movies, and I saw Fantastic Beast. I'm like, oh, this is a great film. Johnny Depp's in it. Can't wait for number 2. Go to see number 2. I didn't have my camera or anything. I had my cell phone. I shot it in my friend's room. The most horrible video ever. You can see his closet with all his clothes hanging out. And I'm just ranting for 40 minutes about how terrible the movie was. And that's kind of how my channel, and I just kind of kept on with the ranting. And, I got into this community talking about the thing with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard and what was going on there, and just it kind of went from there. But I like listening to your guys' story. I find it fascinating listening to other people and how everybody from different communities can come together, and we totally can cover different things, but yet all be connected on a topic or meet great people. So, thank you. That's very fascinating.
It was our pleasure.
Yeah, man. Like I dig what you talk about on your channel too. I mean, because I'm into like I'm really into.
Hey, how you doing today? So I'm just gonna mute myself.
Whenever you're talking about movies, Mr. Zod, I'm always enjoying it. So that's why I'm always in your chat, because I genuinely just enjoy the content on your channel. I enjoy the conversations. I love that you have a dynamic, an on-camera, on YouTube dynamic with your dad. And it's really cool. So it's just a cool vibe every time I'm in there. So I appreciate it.
I'm going to bring in our next guest, Mr. Zod. And
yes, thank you very much for having me.
No problem. Hey, we appreciate having you on. And there we go. Look who it is. It is that girl. I know she's been waiting for a minute.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good. How are you, Will?
I'm good, Mr. President. That's what you sound like, all seductive coming in here.
It's Valentine's Day, boy. Get it on.
Hey, guys. No.
You ain't fooling nobody now.
Hey, Will, I thought the same thing. I was like, man, I don't want to say anything. I was like, man, that sounded pretty good.
Y'all like, well, I'm not all pissed off and yelling right now. So, don't get me spicy and I'll stay like this.
Did you watch my live yesterday, Mr. Nut? Because Homegirl was on camera and nobody.
Yes, I did. I was 2 o'clock in the morning watching the rerun because I couldn't catch the actual live.
She was on my panel looking too fine. Nobody could focus on what she was talking about because of how dope she looked.
She was looking good.
You're crazy.
You were killing it out there. You like the snapping.
Well, everybody's like, show your face, keyboard warriors. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And apparently the whole community was under the misconception that I'm like in my 50s and really weird. So that was fun, I guess.
Yeah, I had somebody.
If looks could kill, like, I mean, in the good and bad sense, bro. Like, I told you when she was mad at me, and
I remember.
If I would have seen her face,
like when killed you,
dude, I would have, dude, I would have sunk like a worm. Like, totally.
You're silly.
Oh, I know you would have killed him with your eyes. I know it.
Yeah,
I got some daggers in my skull, that's for sure. I got them from my grandmother. I saw a picture of her on her wedding day. She's gorgeous, just stunning, and she has this like these evil eyes. Like her eyebrows were just. That's where I got them from, So I got slapped got this look slapped off my face a few times when I was a kid. God.
Oh yeah, my kids know my mad look, and they just like, oh, Dad's pissed. Let's go somewhere else.
Slowly step away.
Yes.
So I think if I had a question,
shoot.
First for Mr. Nut,
okay,
because Will's will probably be different. So you do like a lot of obviously hands-on work, and you have a family, and then you have all the different social medias.
Yes.
So how do you find? Is it hard for you to find a balance? And like, how do you try to balance that? And how sweet is your wife when you don't balance it right?
That is a freaking awesome question. So the first thing is I'm horrible at balancing it. And this is why There'll be weeks on end where I don't upload a video or do a live because I'm feeling really guilty and the need to spend that extra time with my family, which is cool. I love my family and I think they deserve every second of my time. But this is also why I do late nights. While they're sleeping, they can't be missing me. Although my wife says that when she rolls over and I'm not there, it kind of pisses her off. And I have to, it's so important that I keep what I'm doing during the day, my work going. So I can't let that suffer. Sometimes my family life and my YouTube life will suffer because of that.
Yeah.
Because I'm coming home at 7:00 at night. Like this whole week, I've been coming home at 10:00 at night. I worked the past weekend. And that's why I was watching your live so late at 2:00 in the morning, because I got home pretty damn late. And it's yesterday was a one problem after another.
Aw.
So yeah, it's very difficult, and I do want to, after this live, maybe sometime this week, get enough courage to sit down, talk to my wife, which I shouldn't have to get courage to talk to her, but like I said, she might smack me up, and ask her, say, hey, look, I want everything to work. I want my family life to work. I want my YouTube channel to grow, and I want, my nonprofit to grow. So what I'm doing with my nonprofit, I already know it's going to grow. My family life, I'm very up on it, but I want to know if I can take, 2 times a week, maybe 3 hours to 6 hours, 3 hours one day, 3 hours another day, to put up at least two videos a week minimum. I think my subs and the members deserve that. And they've been not getting the best of me because I've been trying to focus on the other two things. So it's really hard. And that was the very long answer to your question. It's very freaking hard.
Well, I feel like your fans are good fans. Like, you have a good quality of subscribers that understand that about you. And that, they don't expect you to do any more than you can in order to balance the things that they respect you for.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. To all of my subs, to all of my members, I really do appreciate the tolerance, the patience that you have with me and my family. It goes to show the caliber of individual that you are, because again, they know that every bit of money that comes in goes to my editor, whether he's editing or not, because he needs it more than any one of us do. So that's just one way to keep him moving and going and motivated into doing the editing of my videos.
Yeah,
and that way,
take care of people.
Yeah, and that way I can spend more while he's editing. I did it, let's say an hour video. I take cuts and I've got to stop because I might have stuttered or whatever, and then I take that whole package, send it to him, and then he'll edit it for 2 or 3 hours. So I might be able to do more videos, provided that, we talk about it and we set a schedule up and stuff like that. But I have to.
Well, maybe, like you said, if you were to actually take out time blocks, that could help you accomplish more. I know that anytime I specifically set aside time for something, it's more likely to get done.
Yeah.
And then I think for Will, if you could go anywhere for a week, all expenses paid, anything you wanted to do anywhere in the world, well, we'll make it 2 weeks. Where would you go?
I go to where my brother lives. Right now, that's my priority right now, is definitely visiting my brother and his family, because I have a niece and a nephew that I have yet to even meet, simply because I just haven't had the money to travel to see them. So that's top of my list. But if you mean that in the sense of, is there a fantasy place that I've always wanted to go and visit?
Yeah, like vacation. But that's sweet, because I would probably see some of my family too. But I mean, you would never have the chance to go there ever again, anywhere.
If we're speaking just hypothetically and we're dreaming,
fuck yeah.
I'll probably say Vegas if I had enough money to enjoy it.
You go gamble.
I do all kinds of fucking wild shit in Vegas, dude, just to get it all out of my system. I'm 45. I'm single. My kids are raised.
My best friend lives there.
You know what I'm saying?
My best friend lives there, and he's always trying to get me to come visit. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm not going to the city of sin on a vacation. And he's like, come on, pumpkin spice, we'll gamble on that. And I'm like, no, no, not gonna do it. So I just figured I'd say, hey, I'm getting ready for bed, you guys,
thank
and I
you.
was
Good night.
figured I'd ask y'all a couple of questions. I hope y'all have a good night.
We will.
You
Thank
too.
you.
All right, bye
Thanks.
guys.
Bye,
Bye.
girl.
Okay, we have another person coming in. Oh, it is Don't Mess with Texas. Here you go. What's up, girl?
Hi.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. First of all, I have to say that girl is awesome and gorgeous.
Yeah.
And Glare, you suck at answering emails. But Mr.
Oh,
Nut,
yeah.
my question to
I know
you
that.
is
Well,
so my brother that lives.
in
Oh,
my defense, I
okay.
don't have a lot of time. I really I work full time, and then there's just all the other distractions that I've had lately. You know what I mean? In my defense, I try to answer a
Oh,
lot
I
of the emails,
know.
but I get a lot of them, and I just don't have. I seriously don't have enough time to go through all of them and answer them all. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
want to. I wish I have a full time job, and and then there's the stuff that me and that girl are communicating all the time because there's always something going on, you know. So I'm sorry about
Yeah.
that, but if I had the time, I swear, like I would answer every single email. But I do read them. I do read them.
I suck it. Don't ever send me an email because more than
Okay.
likely it will never get read. People around the world, by people who work for me, like, did you read the email? I'm like, yeah. So yeah, I suck at that.
Dude, I'm so tired that I can't even make it to my bed tonight. I had to stop right at the couch and
Oh,
I'm there for the night.
that's the best kind of
Like,
sleep, on the sofa, though. I love those nights.
uh, no, it's, I live in Southeast Texas. It's maybe 9 degrees here. I have over 70 peacocks out there that I had to take care of and
Oh,
make sure they're right for it. So I'm like, oh,
Oh
tired.
yeah, you're the one. You're the
But
one who
Mr.
raises the
Nut, my
peacocks.
question
That's
for you.
right.
okay.
I read that one.
Yes, I
That you,
am.
yeah, you raised the peacocks. That's right.
Okay, I do. Okay, Mr. Nut,
Yes.
I have my brother lives with me. He's 2 years older than me, so he's 44, and he's mentally handicapped.
Okay.
And after watching you for a while, I have just got the feeling that you would be so good with working with mentally handicapped people. Have you ever done that before?
I haven't had hands-on work with mentally handicapped individuals, but in my line of work, I have definitely come across and befriended individuals that are mentally handicapped. So, to me, people who are mentally handicapped are, for how can I say this without offending normal people that are just like everyday regular individuals. Um,
I
people
think my brother's normal, and
No,
I'm not.
I mean, they're more awesome. People who have debilitating mental issues, whether it be developmental or whatever it may be. I find that those people are more genuine than someone like myself or Claire or my wife or anyone else. So I actually enjoy talking to them and spending time with them more so than people that I work with, because they're telling you stuff from the heart. And
Yeah.
when they're your friend, forget about it.
So,
That's a friendship for
yeah.
life.
Uh,
You're breaking up pretty bad.
to oh crap, is that even better?
That way better.
Not too many people take any time out at all to even say a word to them.
No, it's crazy.
But but not only is he the most genuine person ever, he can spot within minutes whether a person is good at heart or not. And it is something where when you talk to him, I mean, this is something with our family that we say that we truly believe that he is the blessing to us, and
they are.
He treats people good.
You're breaking up pretty bad.
Rude to anybody. Oh crap!
So what?
I was saying he's
never. Go ahead.
He's never rude. He's never been rude to anyone. He is always kind. Always has something good to say. Always looks on the bright side. So
yeah, at one of the communities, we have an older individual. He's 30 years old. He's got the developmental. He's probably, if you were compared to maybe a 12-year-old, but he is a savant. So you can go to him and tell him, hey, on my birthday, this date, this year, at this time, what was the weather like? And he'll tell you exactly what the weather was like.
Yes.
He's a savant, and he's awesome. I think it's the craziest thing, the craziest talent to have. And on top of that, he'll sit with me, by the tilapia farm in the back and just have hours of conversation with me. Samuel, he's a great kid.
Yeah. Speaking of savant, my mother can tell you sports statistics from back in the early 90s. Like, remember on your birthday in 1992 when we went to the Houston Rockets game and Elijah wants for
You're breaking up really bad. I mean, really bad.
I live out in the country.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Say something.
I mean, a little bit, but
hello?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I won't take up your time anymore. I just had to tell you that.
Oh,
you're good with that. And Will, I'm so glad everything's better with you.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Good.
Okay, bye, guys.
You. Bye. That was awesome.
Yeah,
that was great. So who's going to be our next individual up here? Who needs that life advice, that unsolicited advice?
Yeah, man. Like I can tell you what not to do.
Yeah, I can do that too, like a charm. But,
right.
Even my wife says it. She goes, "You say some of the dumbest things, but when you walk away and you start thinking about that dumb thing you said, it kind of starts making sense." I'm like, how does that work? I tell her, the problem is when I tell you, you're automatically not perceptive to what I'm saying to you. So you automatically think it's dumb before it even starts coming out my mouth.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's a bummer when there's just, and there's sometimes where there's certain people, I don't know what it is. Like whenever I happen to talk to them, they catch me when I'm in the dumbest state, in the worst possible state. And this is just the impression they have of me as just being this fucking fool, And so sorry about my language, man.
Oh, it's all good, man.
I keep forgetting. So that's a bummer when that happens. But I mean, yeah. So when that happens, these people, what they do is they're almost waiting for you to say something stupid, and then even if you say something worthwhile, they've already got their mind made up about.
Of course, of what you're going to say.
Right. Yeah. So you just have that dynamic with some people, and it sucks.
I do that a lot.
Yeah,
I do that. I do it way too much. I shouldn't do it. I do it, and it's sucky that I do it. I'll look at people. I'm like, oh, that dude's a moron.
Right.
And then you make this really crappy supination about an individual, and then at the end of the day they end up being really cool, and you're like, oh man, damn, I should have.
Right. All it takes really, and in my experience, it just takes the right conversation to have, and then you just you have a whole new perspective on that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I mean, you just never know what you're going to relate to with somebody else. You know what I mean? You out of nowhere, you just have this crazy thing in common, and you're like, whoa. And then you just you naturally start giving them the benefit of the doubt when you talk to them.
Oh, of course. So, like I said, I've met a lot of people in the very beginning where you're like, like I said, that dude's a person. And I'll sit back, and then I'll say, you know what, that I shouldn't be doing that. And I'll sit there and I'll talk to them, and then they'll completely just prove me wrong. That they're some of the most awesome people that I've met. I'm going to be honest with you. When I met my wife, I thought she was condescending. I was like, man, this lady is just like just too much. She was, don't get me wrong, I knew she was beautiful. I knew she was smart. I knew she was a hard ass, but it was just that little bit. And then I was like, you know what? There's probably a reason as to why she's like that. So I started talking to her. It's not, I don't want people to think that I gave her the chance. She actually gave me the chance.
And a lot of the times it's our insecurities that are just looking, because we feel intimidated by that person. We're just looking for a reason to just be like, you know what? Why is that person talking to me like they're all that? You know what I mean? And we're just, we're just looking for a reason to not, give them too much leeway, to not give them too much leverage over us, in a way of protecting our own feelings. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me write this in the chat real quick. People should know what this means. When you get a phone call, when you call 911 and there's someone in your house and you say 2 pizzas with pepperoni. So there's two people with a gun. So who was it? Lori, I think it was, that wrote that my wife was off of the camera just staring at me and I better say the right thing or I'll get a slap. So then I wrote the 2 pizzas with pepperoni, please. No, she's actually sleeping. She's upstairs. She's knocked out. She had a long day today.
Hey, speaking of which, man, it's about to hit 4 a.m. here. I gotta work tomorrow.
Wow, okay.
But dude, I had a great time, man.
Definitely, man. Oh man, I appreciate you being on. Thank you.
Dude, no, I love you, homie.
Oh, same here, man. Same here, dude. You have a good night's sleep, dude.
You too, brother. Good night, everybody.
Good night. I'm going to go get Pearl real quick. So give me 1 second. Just give me 1 little second. Actually, give me 2 because she's probably sleeping. I'm going to have to wake her up. So give me a second. There she is. There's the star. Good night, that girl. So here is the star of the actual show right here. She's, back her up a little bit. There she is. She's getting so much bigger from the last time you guys saw her. Big girl. She was sleeping and she looked at me like, what the hell are you doing? What do you want? Pearl, they're saying hi to you. Hey, look, you got people out there that love you. Look, right here, I got you. Look that way, right there. Oh, there she goes, right there. Oh, yeah. There she is. She's the best. There you go, princess. I call her princess and my daughter gets pissed. She gets so mad because I call my daughter princess, right? Chuck up, grabish. Well, I love you. Good girl. Yeah. She's got her bed right here, too. I'm going to put her in her bed. Say good night. Hey, good night. Good night. Such a good girl. There you go. Hey, sleepies. Good girl. She's actually a Frenchie and Boston Terrier mix. They call him a Frenchton. Your twin brother hates when you call him princess. That's funny. Anybody else want to come on up? Anybody else have any questions? Anybody else want to anything? Come on up. This is the time. Yeah, she's a mix. They call them Taylor breeds. I was gonna get a Frenchie, and then I saw her, and I was done. I was just over it. I couldn't say no to her. Like, I picked her up and looked at her, and she started licking my beard, and I was like, yeah. So every other dog that I picked up, they were just like not wanting anything to do with me. They were ignoring me, or they were going away. And then she came up to me and she went on to my foot, my sneaker. And then I picked her up and I looked at her, and she's just like, lick, 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 lick. And I told my wife, we got to have her. We have to have her. And then I left, didn't think we were going to get her. And next thing you know, for Christmas in the morning, there she was. Which was freaking awesome. No, she does not bark at all. The only time she will bark is when my pit bull Steel bothers her. Then she'll start barking. She'll go underneath like the sofa or somewhere that he can't get to, and then he'll start barking. Hey, we have somebody else in the chat. We've got Rob's Rules. What's up, man?
What's up, man? How you been? How's everything?
Good, dude, man, hanging in there, man. Glad to see you here, man.
Good to see you. I can't stay too long, but
it's fun.
I had a couple questions. You said you wanted some questions, so
yeah, shoot.
Well, you said you were an MMA fighter. How long did you do that?
I actually fought professionally for about 9 years. I've done martial arts since I was 7 or 8 years old. My dad originally put me in Wing Chun Kung Fu, and then from there, so,
who were your idols while you were growing up? Who did you look up to?
The two, man, Norris and Bruce Lee, man. Those, I used to try to emulate everything Bruce Lee did when I was a kid. I'm like, I'd watch his movies, Enter the Dragon, over and over again. And then you got, what is Lightning Foot Johnson? He was another one. I mean, these are dudes that I wanted to be like when I was older.
So
yeah, definitely.
Do you teach classes on what you've learned, or
So we actually have two schools in two separate cities where I'm at, and what we do is we have classes that are for free early in the morning and at night. And it usually for kids that, just can't afford it. So they'll come in early in the morning, and then what they have to do is clean up after class. And then, yes, that's part of their, of their payment in order to train.
Fair enough.
And then at nighttime, they'll do the same thing. They'll train, and then they'll clean up. So there's two separate classes with two separate individuals. So what I'm trying to do is teach these kids that we're willing to give you something, but you can't get it for free. Meaning you're going to work, and with work, you'll be able to get a self-reward. Like in real life, you go to work, you make your money. On Friday night, Saturday night, you can go hang out, go buy pizza, go buy your wife or girlfriend, a gift, whatever. So we're trying to teach that to them now. So yes, we do have, and we have classes that are just normal. I don't teach anymore. We have other.
Oh, you don't teach anymore?
I do not teach anymore. I cannot teach anymore because I don't, number one, have the time. Number two, my body is broken. If I had to throw, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
I said if I had to throw hands on the street, I could do it because it's not 3 5-minute rounds. It's more than likely less than a minute. So it's something that I can do if I had to, is defend myself in the street. But to actually be there, 5 to 6 hours training people, I couldn't do it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Did you think of making videos like teaching here on YouTube, like step 1, step 2, basics, how to do this, were you thinking of doing that? Or?
I did think about it for a while. I did put up 1 or 2 videos years ago, but it's so saturated.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you look up Brazilian Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tutorials, you'll find millions. Same thing with Muay Thai, karate. It's just an oversaturated market. It really is.
What made you retire? Why did you stop doing it? It was your body, all the wear and tear?
So I was a light heavyweight champ, and there's a league called the Blackout. The Blackout is owned by UFC. It's a subsidiary. Mexico, El Salvador, Guatemala, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia. Those are all the countries that are involved with that league. And I fought to defend my belt, and I won.
Oh,
then
wow.
the next this was my second to last fight, my third to last fight. And then I did a non-belt fight. My belt wasn't on the line, and I lost. And I hadn't lost.
Your belt wasn't on the line, and you lost. Why doesn't that make sense to me? I don't know.
So the guy that I fought wasn't up for the title fight.
Okay.
So I had to actually fight though in order to keep my belt. You got to fight X amount of times per year in order to be able to keep your belt. And if you don't, you'll vacate your belt.
Oh, was any of these like televised? Were they on like ESPN?
Well, no, not ESPN. They're all down here in the local channels here.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. So, but why did you retire? What was
okay. So then I lost that one. I fought again to actually defend my title. I won. And then I told my wife, I said, I'm not going to do this anymore because I've just lost the other one. I won this one. I barely won. And I thought it was time to just retire, and do the smart thing, walk away a champ.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you ever think of it's like some of these guys go into wrestling, stuff like that. Have you ever thought of doing anything like that or?
No, I don't have the time. I literally made the transition to what I'm doing. I was doing what I'm doing now, but I wasn't doing it with such, I wasn't so far into it like I am now with my nonprofit. Yeah. So this to me is my fighting. This is my MMA. This is, helping build communities and things of the such are what I do to kind of fill up that void, so to speak. And I'll go to the gym every now and then. I'll do this and that, but my life has taken a complete and my wife hates it because I'm not in shape anymore and I don't have the six pack I used to. And my wife, she's always like, where'd that man go? I'm like, about 20 miles back where I left my knees and my elbows.
Yeah, but father time, man. That's another thing too. And you be getting busy with the rest of your life and you're tired. The older you get, the less energy you have. I hate to say it. But,
it's true. It's true.
Yeah. I'm sure if you had more time, if you were retired, you decide, okay, that's it, I'm not doing anything. Then you'd be hitting the gym, I'm sure, again,
Yes. If eventually I get the time, I'll hit the gym again.
Hey.
And I do want to get to the point where I can do that. I want it to be self-sufficient and move by itself. But I'm such a micromanager that it's difficult for me to just leave and say, you guys do that and delegate. Because then I'm on the phone like, did you guys do this? Did you do that? Is this going on? We got so-and-so coming in. We got these materials coming over here. Why is this not picked up? Why is there garbage over here? Why, it's what's up, Joey D? So yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I don't want to take up too much more of your time, and I got to get going anyway. But I just want to stop by. Wanted to say hi. I'm hoping one day you and will stream with me, whether it's you're here, there, wherever. I'd love to.
Yeah, we're here for you, man.
Oh, one last question.
Shoot.
Your wife was also a fighter. Is that how you met her?
Yes. So she trained Muay Thai. That's it. So I was actually going to a class. This was years ago.
Right.
And I saw her and I was like, wow, who's that beautiful woman? And everyone was like, leave her alone. Don't. She's going to kill you. She'll eat you alive. Cause she's just a really rough woman. You know what I mean? And she's a great woman. And she's a loving woman, but she just has that aura of don't fuck with me.
Right.
And, I did. I went up to her and I spoke to her very timidly. I was like, hi. And she looked at me like, hi. And then I was like, I need a training partner. Would you train with me? Because we had to team up, and she's like, sure. And then we started training, and then we kind of hit it off while we were training, and then afterwards, like, hey,
nice.
Let's go get a smoothie. And she's like, sure, let's go get a smoothie. So we went and got a smoothie, and from that day on, we've been inseparable.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
That's terrific, man. I'm happy for you, really.
Yeah.
Listen, thank you so much for having me on, bro.
I appreciate it, Rob.
And tell Will, because I didn't get the chance. I saw his video. I just hope he doesn't give up. Don't let anybody. Tell him, don't let anybody make you quit. That's what they want. Mm-hmm. So they win if you quit. So
exactly.
You can't. You got to keep going, man. You can't let them win.
Exactly. I agree.
All right, dude. Thank you so much, man.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you for coming in.
Take care. I can't wait to see you again, man.
Of course. Later, Rob.
Bye.
Rob's so freaking cool, man. I love that dude. He's an awesome guy. I met him for the first time about a month ago on I think it was a Will Live is where I met him. No, I don't remember exactly what live, but yeah, it was pretty cool. Great conversation, and definitely a solid guy. So, Linda, Krav Maga, I never formally trained in Krav Maga, but I had a couple friends that did Krav Maga, and I learned a couple things here and there, but I wouldn't say that I am efficient in it whatsoever. Yeah. I could probably, show you, but I don't practice it. In order for you to be able to utilize any type of move in an actual self-defense situation, you would have had to practice that particular move thousands of times for it to be muscle memory. Don't think you're going to, this is something for everyone. Don't think you're going to go to the gym, throw 5 punches, and then become a Mike Tyson on the street. That's not how that works. Muscle memory is key. That means you have to do that same monotonous move over and over and over again until it becomes second nature. Then maybe you'll be able to utilize that in a real life situation. Yes. So I hope that answered your question, Linda Lou. We are closing in. I don't even know how much time we've been on. How long have we been? Let's see. I don't even know how long we've been on, guys. Give me a second here. For some reason, my timer's not there. Hey, Bite Me, thank you for the 20. It's not showing the little, whatchamacallit, icon, but crickets. Who else is coming up? Come on up. Don't be scared. You're amazing. Thank you, Bite Me. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. 90 minutes. We can do another 30 minutes if you guys are willing to do it. As long as you guys keep coming up, I'm more than willing to keep going. Christola, I love you too. So, Kimberly, my wife, did not compete professionally. The closest thing that she did professionally was Lumpani in Thailand. We both had to train over there for a little bit, and we decided, hey, Laura Jadis, what's up, man? So yes, we both had the pleasure, and it was this awesome experience to actually fight there. We got our asses kicked. I mean, we got ripped apart, but yeah, not many people could say they actually fought there, which was great. Oh, guys. It's that old age creeping up on me. Danny B. So we had our son, Joey, I've got pictures of elephants grabbing him and lifting him up a little bit while we were over in Thailand. We've got pictures in when we were in Phuket and a bunch of other places. So yeah, we did have our son already. Yes. Good night, Gladys and Gertrude. Thank you for coming and spending some time with us. We really appreciate it. Thank you. So what's going on with is it maximum effort? What's going on with this thing? If you want to come up, maximum effort, we'd be more than happy to come up. Kelly Bain, what's up? Night, Kimberly. Yeah, there's a lot of places that you can work from home. Tons of them. Do you follow me on Twitter? I can search and I can post them on my Twitter, and then you can just, put in applications. There are a lot of places that pay really well as well. There's like medical insurance ones. There's so many, and they pay really well. So again, if you do follow me on Twitter, let me know, and then I can just post them on the Twitter page. You see Chuck Norris all the time at the grocery store? Oh man, that dude is one of my idols. Yeah, he's a beast. I love all the jokes. Those jokes are the kicked myself out. Sorry. So I do, yeah, I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry about that. So I do have a video that I'm actually working on, and one of them is the cult mentality with YouTube creators and their fans. So tell me what you guys think about that. That's what I'm going to be doing. And we have another caller, Maximum Effort. Hey, Maximum Effort. How are you?
Hey, I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm better now that you're on the show.
Can you hear me okay?
Oh, I hear you like a champ. Yes, I do hear you well.
All right, good. Okay, so my question was, I'm an RN.
Okay.
And I have multiple disabilities. One of them is a rare immune deficiency where I don't make enough of a certain cell to maintain a healthy immune system. And pardon my voice and some clearing, and maybe I'll have to stop talking in little batches. So I'm sorry about that.
You take your time. You take your time.
So I was sequestered or isolated for my own protection since February until December. I took a nurse educator position with a post-acute stay rehabilitation. So where people go in between hospital to home for recovery from surgeries and just being really sick. And I was supposed to educate nurses that maybe weren't doing things right or what have you, do in services, that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, they had me do infection prevention, and I made them aware that I had these disabilities. I also made them aware I was looking for 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. So now I'm doing COVID swabs on any patients that are symptomatic. All staff every week. New admits to our facility, which puts me at risk.
Mm-hmm.
And also, then you have the full PPE. Well, I already have to wear a mask and a face shield, but the N95 respirator makes it harder for me to breathe. So since I've been there, I contacted some kind of bacteria and I got bacterial pneumonia, and I was out for like 3.5 weeks, and then tried to come back and have been out 2 more days out of 4.
Okay.
So, so on top of that, my boss, who I should be working with closely, barely communicates with me. And when she does, she treats me incredibly horribly. I'm really like a kind of a bubbly, generally uplifting type person. I don't think she likes that personality.
Yeah.
But she's really condescending and weird. So do you think it would be wise? I'm kind of like torn if I should keep trying to see if I can shine this turd up, or if a turd is a turd no matter what you do to this turd.
Yeah.
Because there are so many warning signs, and I should say I've also worked like 13 and 14-hour days without any lunch breaks, which violates U.S. state laws.
Yeah, yeah.
Federal laws.
Yes. You have to have 2 15-minute breaks and a 30-minute break by
and
law.
a 30-minute.
Yeah, by
Correct.
law.
Plus, I need them to go outside and take the masks off so I can breathe.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I have written accommodations to be able to do such, and have a nebulizer treatment available, which I have to go outside to do. That's just because it aerosolizes particles of whatever's in your lungs.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm fine with that because it keeps everyone safe,
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, I have a feeling that it's obviously, if this goes on, I'll probably get fired because I can't meet business needs at this rate. So I'm thinking of turning in. I was going to do it today, but I had to stay home because I had the damn respirator on my face for 6 hours yesterday when I was supposed to just be coming in for office work. As she was aware in the morning, I had to do 2 breathing treatments just to get my ass moving.
Gotcha.
So, like, I mean, what would you do if you were in that position? Like,
are you? So I would be a little bit sneaky on that situation. Are you the only breadwinner in your home?
Well, my husband works, but he doesn't make enough money to sustain us. I make the huge majority of our income, and we have 2 kids. One is 23. He just graduated college. He's getting ready to move to his new place and position. I think the end of February is when that starts. And then our youngest just turned 18. But he's going to start at community college level, not university, so he'll be home. And my mother-in-law lives with us, so we're taking care of
her as well.
Yeah, and she's financially codependent on us.
So you've got quite a load at the home as well. That's a really hard situation. First thing is, have you talked to her? Have you talked to your boss?
I try to talk to her, and she just makes herself completely unavailable to me. Like, I can't even get with her to talk about the programs I'm starting to implement or trying to. And when I ask her, I've had no training on the computer systems that I'm working with, on like what's called an EMR, so the electronic medical records. I know how to do 3 things, like the 3 specific things that I've needed to do, and not much else.
So first thing I would try to do is talk to her boss. If that person is unavailable, then you go to human resources and explain the situation. And if then that is still an issue, then I would actually just ride the wave until they fire you, so that way you can get unemployment. And while you're on unemployment, look for another job, either online. There's tons of places you can. There's places that will send you computers, send you the setup, and they'll have training courses and paid while you're utilizing or learning their system. And
see, because while I was out in February, I got laid off. I was a case manager for Medicare, Medicaid, dual covered special needs patients. Okay. And I got laid off when my insurance company lost their contract with our major hospital network. And so I was looking for those specific positions, because either in office or at home, which most became at home with Rona.
Yeah. So again, if I was you, I would desperately try to find a way to talk to human resources. And then if that fails, then you know what you need to do, which is just ride the wave until they say, you know what, this is not working out. You get your unemployment. While you're getting unemployment, then you start to search. Or even before that, if you already know
that's what I've done. I've uploaded my resume onto some sites.
And if you land a job prior to you getting canned, then you can make the transition. But I wouldn't do it without you talking to human resources and seeing if there's something that can be done from that angle, because this is a very common story within the medical field. Because I hear my wife when we used to live in the States, and she would come home, and it would be just she'd be on the verge of crying. And
I cried like in the bathroom before, mostly out of like frustration and anger.
Yeah. So that's Bite Me was saying that if she's stateside, you can look on websites. But even if you're not stateside, if you're a citizen, and no matter where you live, if you have the capability of receiving a computer through mail, a lot of these companies will hire you. You speak English, you're articulate, you can work a computer, and you could pick up a phone. A lot of these places, that's all you need to be able to do the job. And you get paid. I know for a fact you're not going to get paid like you are getting paid now as an RN.
Actually, I can. Like, I was making a little bit more, just right under the 6-figure mark at the insurance company. I'm a little bit older of an RN, so I'm in like my mid 40s, and that's kind of a bad place to be as a nurse when you have that experience, because they're looking for like new grads that they can,
manipulate,
pay less money. Yep,
exactly. When we were in the States, my wife, she's older, and she's not older than me. She's just an older individual. And either you set yourself up as a dominant individual in the field, or they'll eat you up if you don't do that. And if you haven't done that, then, I'm just going to keep telling you, talk to human resources, go to human resources, formal complaint, which is written and verbal. So
Yeah, true.
whatever you so that way it's on the record. You say, hey, and this is what's going on. And if your boss, your direct boss, chooses to make your life miserable because you went to HR, then you just go to HR again. So two things are going to keep happening. Either she's going to change or they're going to fire you. And you're kind of already anticipating that even now, even by not going to HR. So you don't lose anything. If anything, you may gain something.
But I think she gets mad too because I will leave at like, there's the COVID test day where that's the day where I'm always stuck for like 13 hours because there's just no way to complete 140 COVID tests in 8 hours.
And if they let you go because you're sick, you've just become a very wealthy woman.
Right.
So if they have made any type of, if she has made any type of statement directing or talking about you being sick and your performance thereof, then again, that is against the law. Unless you are like completely just bedridden. That's a whole different situation, and I really don't know how even that works. But I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that there's laws against it. I've never come across that. I've never had to deal with that, but I'm pretty sure that there's laws against that. And as far as like discrimination goes, because it is a form of discrimination.
I fall under ADA laws. I was working under ADA law before, and my needs were accommodated, and my job performance was fine. So, you know, it can be done. It's just positioned not as advertised.
Exactly.
And they didn't tell me that I was going to be the infection preventionist. So it's two positions in one, and they're not training me properly in each one. And when I find out about something, like she'll tell me, oh, you have to go to, like, I don't know, I'm just going to make up some acronym like PHPDDF. And I'm just like, what is that? And she's like, duh. And the facial expression she gives me, like, you would shit your pants if you saw the way this woman looked at me. And I just want to reach over the table and punch out the few teeth the woman has left in her mouth. And
well, I don't recommend doing that, but yes.
No. But those feelings, that's when I go in the bathroom and cry. Those feelings arise inside, and I'm just like,
well, you got to remember something. Just so the problem isn't you. You shouldn't be shedding a tear for this woman or giving her that type of satisfaction. Take it as a lesson learned that now you have learned who and what this individual is and how they are going to treat other human beings. I know it's hard. Yeah. It's hard to say that. It's hard to put into practice. But I always tell people ask me, oh, that person treated you like crap. Are you not mad at them? I'm like, really? I'm not mad at them because they just gave me a life lesson on how shitty they are and what to watch for, what to watch out for in the future. Don't cry for that lady. Don't, stay strong. You're a strong woman. You've made it this far in life. Without that woman, without that lady as a boss, I just, again, I know it's easier said than done, but
see, the tricky thing is too, they don't know is that I have like an average lifespan about 5 years left, and that leaves me with not a panic thought mindset or a depressed mindset, but a mindset of not wanting to waste my time with people. And I really want to be done with work within 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. So Danny in the chat says you should, if you know someone there and that you trust someone there, ask that individual, has this boss had other, problems with other people, similar, or ask other people. You can start building a case that way when you go to HR.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
You want to make sure that you have all your, your I's dotted and your T's crossed, and make sure that you're not going in there with the frivolous complaint but that you have some sort of backing saying, hey, these are you don't even have to bring up names, but this happened. This is a repetitive pattern of behavior that's going on. And again, I personally don't know much about when someone has has medical issues and how it works with getting hired and fired and stuff. Even though I do own my own nonprofit, I've never had to deal with that, so I've never taken the time to learn. Now, if somebody were to come in and get a job, I would take the time out to learn everything that I possibly could to try to protect them from the situation that you're in. You know,
like if you were in that kind of position, and it's not like I'm lazy. Like as soon as I learn, oh, you need to do something, I incorporate that in my day. But once I've gone over an hour in my time clock, dude, I'm done.
Yeah. And so you got to understand your position. RNs, they're sought after all over the world. United States, here, you don't have to, bend over or bow down to her. I'm pretty sure that you can find a job getting paid more, even if it's a little bit further away than what you're doing now. Because
that was something else we were talking about too, is like getting out of here, like using my license to get out of the state.
There's states that will pay you. It's beyond me how many emails my wife gets that say, we will fly you and your whole family to state wherever the hell, and we'll pay for your living expenses, everything for the first 3 to 6 months, depending on the company. And I'm like, damn, I'm almost, and they're, 6 figures, high 6 figures.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, why don't I just stop doing what I'm doing, getting all these gray hairs, and we go do that, and I'll be a stay-at-home dad. And then I think about it, and I'm like, no, because then I'm going to miss what I'm doing. But RNs are such a special breed of person. They are your everyday hero that is dressed in no, you are. No, no. I am a person that seeks retribution every single day with what I do. There's a difference. I always tell people that. People are like, oh, you're a great guy. I'm like, no, I am not a great guy. I am an individual with a very speckled past who utilizes this spiritual path that I'm on now to atone for all of those sins back then. And I've come to realize that, and I'm okay with that, because in my redemption, I am helping people. But you are the unsung hero. The other RNs that are out there in the chat, like my wife and everywhere else, that wear their what do they call the outfits? Oh my god, I can't. That you guys wear oh my god, the scrubs. Oh my god, she'd smack me in the head if I don't remember that. So you guys wear scrub. That's your superhero cape. So
pajamas to work.
Yeah, but never limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. Put value in who you are and what you do, because just to get that license, I know you went through hell to get it. So people need to treat you. Yeah, so people need to treat you with that respect. You've earned it. You take, you sweat for that. You bled for that. Now people need to respect you as such. And if she's not respecting you, do what I'm telling you. Just think about what I'm telling you. Don't necessarily do what I'm telling you blindly. See if what I'm saying to you fits your situation. And if it does, you can take bits and pieces of it. And always know you're going to find another job somewhere else getting paid more as an RN at a place that appreciates you way more.
And even if I took I could probably afford a decent, pay cut to still, we don't live extravagantly.
You won't have to. You will not have to. Don't accept that. You're lowering yourself as an individual and your self-worth. Don't do that.
Well, just saying, like if I went into something that was like a doctor's office and did some different work, you make less money in that setting. So you just do.
How can you drive a bit?
I actually don't drive because I have seizures. I have brain lesion. So my husband or my mother-in-law will drive me. However, I haven't had seizures for long enough. I qualify to get my driver's license. I'm just scared.
So the reason I asked you that was because I have a lot of family members that do a home hospice.
Yeah, I looked at hospice, and I'm actually oncology certified.
Yeah,
And
and
that
they
was my
make
specialty.
they
Yeah, they
make
make a lot of
bank.
money.
I mean,
I
bank.
can't do it.
I've got a cousin, and she works in a state down south on the East Coast, and she's driving a Porsche Cayenne. That's how much money, and her house makes my house look like the garage. And her
Right.
husband does it too. So they're bringing in quite a bit of money, and I'm like, I got into the wrong thing, and it's unbelievable the satisfaction they get from doing what they do, but they're also getting monetarily what's the word I'm looking for, compensated
Yeah,
for the
I've
work.
been scouted heavily for hospice, but I can't take my husband can't drive me that because of the privacy
Mm-hmm.
protection laws. And then he also has his job that he really likes. He did stay at home for quite a while, but he really enjoys his job. So who the hell would want to chauffeur somebody around and sit in the car all day? Anyways,
Yeah. No,
his
just
life has to have some meaning too.
of course, I do understand that. But like I said, take into consideration what I said and what the individual said in chat as well, and take it step by step. But the first thing before anything is take it to HR. Make sure.
Oh, I can see chat. I didn't realize I can see it.
Yeah. So make sure that you go to HR, you talk to HR, you try to figure it out that way, and then you take the necessary steps after that, because you're worth so much more than you realize, monetarily and spiritually, to let this idiot of a person put you down and not give you the worth, not give you the importance that you are. You follow what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, for sure. It's been really hard. I've never been, as an adult, my parents were really abusive, and it's not acceptable. I've never been spoken to in such a manner in a
If you haven't done,
professional setting.
don't accept it. I'm
Crazy.
I would never ever. Here's a little story. I was pretty young. I was 20 years old, give or take. Had a girlfriend. She was beautiful, absolutely beautiful young lady. And people tell me, you can't be racist because you have, a Spanish friend, or I can't be racist because I have a black friend, which is full of shit. That's not true. That's not how that works. So
Right.
I was working at this company, and my girlfriend came to pick me up a couple times because my car was messed up or whatever. And I had issues with my boss prior. He would make really stupid just connotations, and just, he was an asshole. He was racist. And because I needed the job, I wouldn't say anything. Then he brought me into the office. He was, I don't even remember what he was saying to me, but he's like, if I was your age, I'd take your girlfriend away. And that was the last straw. I got up, I threw a Coke bottle at him. I hit him in the chest with the Coke bottle. He tried to rush me. We got into a tussle. His son came into the office. They both grabbed me. They threw me out. I'm not telling you to do that. Not by far. But what I'm saying is that everyone has that point to where they're going to snap. And you're old enough, I'm old enough to know when that point is, to not get there. So if this is a situation that is putting you down, it's affecting you physically and mentally, as well as your family, you need to change the situation. You have to.
Oh, for sure. Like I was planning on actually fully handing in notice, or at least going in with notice in hand today, but like I said, I had some problems today and couldn't do it. But and just what I was thinking too is just sit down with her and just be overtly blunt, because I have made some comments to her. But just be like, look, when I'm asking you a question, it's because I don't know. I might need you to repeat the information a few times. It's all new computer systems, um, whatever other disability paperwork you need. Like, I have some spinal issues. It's very obvious in the way I walk. If you would like, the ADA paperwork to be filled out, that's fine. But I chose the position you advertised to me on the phone. This was a second interview. I interviewed for a different position. And when they knew I wanted the hours I wanted, they put me in this position because the other position required more hours.
Yeah.
So you knew, like, going in.
Well, go to HR. You need to verbalize that to HR. You have to. Before you go anywhere, you need to, and make sure that you keep a record yourself of what you say. Go to HR, try to resolve it that way. And if they cannot resolve it, or they just cannot see eye to eye with you, then you move on. It's like a relationship. You've got to try to work on it a little bit before you can just say, I'm done. Because if you have to, you got to put some kind of, even if it's minimal, you got to put some sort of effort into repairing the relationship. That's pretty much, you know what I mean? And so you've got to go to HR. You've got to, see what you can do, whether it be, on Monday or Tuesday, you go in there and say, this is what's going on. And this is what you told me. This is what was advertised. We need to fix this. And if they can't, then you know what you need to do.
Yeah. And HR is all like over the phone, electronic. So I would have to contact someone. Yeah. But yeah, I don't get much out of my husband except pissed off. He just gets mad, not at me.
Yeah, at the situation.
Them, so.
Yeah, of course. I would too. These people are treating my wife in a way that I would never treat her. Then what makes them, superior to me? You know what I mean? As far as like, I would never treat my wife like that. I'm sure your husband would never treat you like that. Then to have somebody else to come in and treat you like you're lesser than, it's just ridiculous to me.
And I can't go to the administrator of the building because those two are connected. And she actually sat down with me. And I don't know if it was like a veiled threat to me or just a general conversation about other staff. But she was like, because I am in a leadership position of the facility. And she said something about, the staff come and try to play mommy and daddy against each other, but little do they know mommy and daddy work together. And I was like, that is a weird comment.
Danny B made a great comment. They said, record your conversation with her. If you take that to HR, with your phone, just download an app that allows you to record your phone with the screen black, and you're good to go. What now? Well, before you do that, a simple Google check will tell you whether the state you live in or not is what's called a single party. Yeah. It's called single party recording, or single party communication or consent, something like that. So either way, so you need to make sure that you are within one of those states, and then you can record with no problem. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, she said that, and then the stuff they say, they share my office with 4 other people, and if nurses make mistakes, they call them retards and just a bunch of stuff.
Way.
And it's,
we had an individual. We had a doctor come down who was he came down during one of the drives, which is when we bring 8 doctors down, and then they go to the different communities and they just do free checkups. And he was in the reception area of my office saying some awful things. And I was like, you know what? I know you came down here on your penny, but I don't want you here, man. You got to either go back or utilize this as a vacation. but you are not going to work with us. And I will let every single nonprofit organization down here know the type of individual that you are. You know, you can't. No, it's not that right there.
Yeah.
I draw lines with people who are racist and of similar feathers.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. And I kind of looked at him and I'm like, well, you know, if they haven't had the proper training and they're new nurses from school and they don't have the support, they're understaffed and overworked, you know, why are you making statements like that's why my position has been created and I haven't been taught.
Exactly.
So now the teacher hasn't been taught. So what am I when the door gets closed? I know you guys talking about me. I can feel it. My
Of
gut
course.
tells me.
They are talking about you.
Oh yeah, they are. I know they're making fun of me, especially because I say no and do stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I was just curious, kind of, since you were doing the,
Yeah, no, it
hey,
was
what's
awesome.
everybody's questions? What someone else's take on it? Because my husband's take on it is, you know, take a match and burn the house down.
That would have been my initial response to my wife as well. But you got to really sit back and think about it objectively, and then come up with an answer, which is I think what we did here. I think collectively with everyone in the chat and with you, I think they've put a solid plan together. So we talk to HR. Make sure before you talk to HR, you get some sort of recordings. Make sure before you do the recordings that you check if it's a one state with consent. So we know the procession.
Yeah.
First things first, check legality. Second, record. Third, HR. Fourth, action. Sound good?
Yeah, too. I see. I was looking at the comment about PETA with HR.
Yeah.
HR not always being your friend, and that's true. But then, like at this point, like what do I have to lose? Like I can contact HR. I can sit and talk with her, and if she gets mad, I can hand her a resignation letter.
In the States, if you do a complaint to HR, they have to inform you by law. So if I were to go to you to HR and say that Sue M was talking about Kelly Bain in the bathroom and this, they were she was talking this and that, HR is obligated to confront Sue about what she was talking about with Kelly. So here in the States, you kind of would know if there was something brewing in HR.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I know she's gonna know it was me. Plus, she had made some comment about she had left me where I do the COVID test. I'm alone, and in PPE, I can't leave the room. And she came down at finally 3 o'clock. I'd been in there since 5 in the morning, and she said, "Well, I guess I'll leave you, or I'll let you have your lunch break since I don't want to be called a mean girl." And I'm just like, it's been 10 hours. Yeah,
it's so childish.
A lunch break.
That's so childish.
She kind of strikes me as like a girl that got bullied in school and got an ounce of power, just didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah. I feel you. I definitely.
All right, friend. Well, thanks for the talk.
No, I appreciate you coming on. I really do. Thank you so much, and I hope our conversation helped you.
Yeah, it did.
Good.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm on top of my game. I'm living life pretty much the way I want to, which I think is what the goal for everyone is. So yeah, I think we're doing great. I think we're just trucking and moving forward.
Yeah, I was looking at someone saying she's power tripping. It's funny because I used to have her position. I didn't want that position anymore, and I did very well in her position. It's funny that someone said she's power tripping. She is power tripping. People like that are weird.
Always.
Well, I'm glad you're doing good down there. It's good talking to you.
Oh, no,
everybody.
same thing. Thank you. You
Thanks.
have a great rest of your night. And just remember what you said. You got friends here all the time, every day. All right.
Thanks for all the input,
Okay.
everybody.
All right. Later. Thank you for being on.
Later.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
All right. So we have Peta coming up next. What's up?
Hello. How
are
you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
How are you?
Oh, I'm feeling sodden. It's 16 days of rain.
Oh.
24 more days. I'm building an ark. So my question tonight is
how to build an ark?
Yeah, dovetail joins or tongue and groove.
Tongue and groove. You got dovetail. They take too much, finesse to get them to fit perfectly so they don't leak. You got tongue and groove. You can afford to have some tolerances there for leakage. It's funny.
Oh, look, I totally was misreading the last situation. Obviously, your system in America is very different. Well, you're not in America, but
no. Here, you tell HR something, and then everybody's waiting for you outside to yell at you. It's a whole different way. It's crazy.
HR in Australia can sometimes be someone's gone there, it stays on file until something else is mentioned, and then it's all brought up. And that's why I came back with the be careful what HR already knows.
Yeah.
Just go in prepared, know your rights.
Yeah, always. Even with that being said, that they're supposed to tell you, you never know, light banter in the lunchroom or in the bathroom or something like that. So yes, I would definitely be weary as you go in, and just like you said, know your rights.
Exactly.
So I agree with you.
And we've spoken before, and I've taken on 15 apprentices this year, and these are new kids coming into the workforce. And the first thing that we sit down and we say to them is, this is the fair work system in Australia. These are the people you go to if you don't think I'm doing the right thing as your boss. Yes. These are the people you go and talk to, and we give them all that information straight up. So they know from the get-go, this is where you go.
They don't do that
here.
This
is where your power is.
They don't do that here. They don't do that in the States. And they don't do that anywhere in Central America. And they don't do that in the States either, where they prep you to like, hey, if we have an issue, you can go snitch on me over here. No, they don't do that.
Oh, well, we have a sheet that is given out, which is part of employment in Australia. I just take it one step further, because these are young people, they're school leavers, they've never been in the workforce, and they need to know their rights.
Of course.
And my company doesn't have a problem with me telling them that.
Yeah.
And
go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that they're young people and they need to be educated from when they first come in the workforce. You can't get to the age of 30, 40 and not understand how to fight for your workplace rights.
Yes. So here in Honduras, the way it works is if I can fire you for pretty much any reason I want, but we have to give you what's called aguinaldo. Aguinaldo is if you've worked for 5 years with my company, I have to calculate there's like a formula that I have to do that says you made this amount, or I have to give you this amount per year for the amount of time you've worked with me. So as you're walking out of the door, because I fired you, I've got to pay you $8,000, $10,000, $15,000 depending on the position, and it would be in lempiras. I'm just giving you the equivalent in dollars. Yep. But so that is, everyone is always trying to get fired from their jobs after a year so they can get this huge check and jump onto the next job. It's freaking crazy. But other than that, you really don't have any rights. There's some companies that you work with that try to do the right thing, but they don't have to, because the laws are not in the favor of the worker. They're in favor of the company, except for the aguinaldo.
Oh, I went through it 5 years ago. I had a company decide that they didn't want my services anymore. And we have what we have here in Australia, long service leave. So you accrue with so many years, you get so many weeks paid leave to have off extended time. And it accumulates. And if you leave or are fired, you get that money, except in the cases of immediate termination. So I had a company tried to pull that on me. Didn't work, fought it, won it. But, you know, there's not... Yeah, we have a lot of protections in Australia.
Which is good. People need to be protected from these conglomerates, from these companies that are monsters, you know?
Australia very much grew up through a unionised workforce through the early 1900s.
Yeah.
So it was a very unionised workforce. So we do have a lot of protections that a lot of countries, I should say, don't have.
Yes.
So while it's not as big now as what it may have been back in the 70s and 80s, but we still have a very unionised workforce here that protects our rights. So, and, you know, it goes back, we were talking about the medical before, you know, those things have been hard fought for in Australia as well. And I think Llama Girl was mentioning, you know, the UK as well. We have a very, very generous medical system.
Oh, no, we don't.
As opposed to the US and maybe you.
No, we don't have a generous down here. You've got to pay for everything. Some companies do offer you a type of like Medicaid, but it's horrible. And I want to be honest with you. I think the medical system that we have here in Honduras is actually better than the one they have in the States, because of the way the companies get together to be the provider of insurance for their workers. Good companies. If it's just a regular mom and pop place, you're not going to have any insurance. But if you're working for the equivalent of Walmart here, you're going to be well taken care of when it comes medical.
Yeah. Yeah. And in Australia, we have private health insurance, which we take out individually. Some companies have deals with private health insurers where you can get it cheaper, but generally we all take out our own private health insurance, but we're covered under a national Medicare system. Any one of us can rock up to an ER with a broken arm, a broken leg, have it reset, have our x-rays, everything will be taken care of, and we won't be out of pocket. There is no expense. No expense. From the moment you walk into that ER to your follow-up, the cast is taken off. There is no expense.
I wish there was a system like that in the States here. I wish all over the world there was a system like either like what Australia has or what Canada has, or something similar to, even England. You know, the British. What is Jesus?
NHS.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're humans, and we all deserve to have healthcare. Period. And in that aspect, I am a Bernie bro with him wanting to give everybody some sort of insurance.
Yeah, I agree. And healthcare ultimately keeps your workforce, your productivity, everything turning over. If you do not have a healthy workforce, you are not going to have productivity, and it falls down from there.
Yeah, no, you won't. I agree, 100%.
And especially with kids, you know, the moment your kids get sick, they're out of school, education starts falling behind, you have just lost a whole generation. So kids, number one, should be prioritized in healthcare.
So K8 says that they get taxed up the ass for their insurance. I'm going to be honest with you. If I was living in Canada, I would not mind paying those amount that type of tax, because let's just say tomorrow or in a year or 2 years, you know, hopefully it never happens, but I get cancer. That's hundreds of thousands of dollars that I put into the system that I'm going to be getting back. Or if my daughter gets cancer or my son gets cancer, I know they're going to be taken care of. You know, it is, to me, I really, and I'm of the type of person that, okay, let's say I never do get sick, but there is a 10-year-old kid that just got cancer and because of the type of health care that we have, they're being taken care of. Or a single mom who can't pay for her kid or for her. It just, be fucking human. That's being human. That's being in a community. People want to live in community, but they don't want to do community things. That's a community thing. Looking out for the child of your neighbor is a community thing. I'm sorry. I went off on a rant.
No. I absolutely agree. It's ebbs and flow. If I don't use my fill of what I've paid into the system, if someone else who really needs it gets to use it, well, good for them.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing with and I'm American, born on American territory. I was born in Puerto Rico. And give me 1 second. Hold on. Good night, Ronan. So I'm speaking for me as well. Just as entitled pricks that we are, we're self-entitled that everything is us or me, and nothing should go to you. You see, that is the way a lot, not all, of North Americans are indoctrinated. That it's all about me. I got to get the fancy car. Screw you. I got to get the pretty girl. Screw you. I got to make sure that I'm getting paid. Screw you. So we have
Karen speaking.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, it is. And this is what I was joking with Sue M in the comments before, is to us, it blows our mind when we listen to people like Maximum Effort, who was just on there and her struggles. And it's like, for us, you have a breathing problem, you go to the ER, they see you, they give you medication, you leave, you come home.
It's done.
You don't get a bill for $2,500 in the mail 3 weeks later and think, how am I going to pay that? They might write a doctor's certificate, you get sick pay from work, and then you go back to work and you don't have to worry about it. You're not stressing. And, oh my God, I just can't understand the system over there. I'm sure there's others who work it.
I understand it. I understand it fully. It's made. It's the system is made to keep your everyday citizens in check, down. If you can keep these people sick and dependent on your product, you're going to become a billionaire. So we have to make them codependent, and we have to make sure that they come out of pocket. We have to make sure that they need our nebulizers, that they need our Tylenol, that they need to come to this hospital. Because also, if you notice in the States, hospitals are placed strategically. They're not just thrown up willy-nilly. And the reason is, maximum amounts of profit for each one of those hospitals or clinics, or what are the other ones that they have? Those ERs and all that. I don't know. It's freaking retarded. It's to be such an advanced country, to be so far behind with medical insurance is just mind-boggling. I still can't wrap my mind around it. We've got third world countries that are doing way better. It's freaking dumb.
And maybe it could be due to total population. It's a very heavily populated country, America.
And so is Russia.
So is Russia. But,
so is China.
They invite, let's not go there. They invite people into back rooms and you never see them again. Do we want to compare? We haven't quite got there in the States or Australia, or I won't say about Honduras because
we're so far behind. Yeah, we're still, people are still killing chickens here for voodoo to get better.
Oh, okay. But hey, it could work.
Yeah,
because we all know the placebo effect does work on some people.
No, it does. It doesn't work with me, but it does work with some.
It does work with some. Wishing it may come. We'll tap our red ruby shoes 3 times. But it could be now that the population has got so far away that it's so hard to come back retrospectively and put that in place. to collect the taxes they need to build the system up. We were such a small population in comparison. And I think even when the NHS came in, Great Britain would have been the same, or the UK, that it was put in place very, very, very early. And America, from what we can see, universal healthcare was really only Obama was the first one to really talk about it.
Yeah.
And we're in the 2000s. The rest of us done this in the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah, I still think, though, that it can be done because they'll tax us for the dumbest of shit and then, say that is for our benefit, but it's getting funneled into, the Pentagon or some other stupid program that doesn't benefit not one citizen, whether it's on American soil or off American soil. So if they can waste all that money on bullshit and a lot of stuff that, like in the military, okay, that they're doing tons of different experiments and development, shit that does not even work. They're these contractors that are getting billions of dollars for building a bridge that's 3 feet long. It just If we can do all of that stupidity, there's money that is there that can be allocated to take care of its people. They just don't want to do it.
Can you hear this? I just want to come out.
Yeah, I heard I could kind of hear it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's raining again.
Wow. That's my 16 days.
Oof.
I said to Claire, 24 more days and I need to build the ark.
Yes. Make sure it's a flat bottom like I told you because it'll skiff a little faster. It won't tell. Yeah.
And this is why I haven't mowed my lawn.
I know every time I talk to you, you're mowing your lawn.
I have a swamp. I have a swamp.
Jeez, that's crazy.
I can't mow my lawn. It's 16 days. We have not seen the sun. Oh, it's feeling moldy. You sent me your monsoon after all your bloody typhoons and hurricanes. It's all come to me now. Thank you.
Yeah. But I put a video up of it on YouTube in my 2020 breakdown at the very end. There's a couple of them as well. And I think I put a couple up on Twitter too. It was just ridiculously crazy.
Oh, this is ridiculous. We go from massive thunderstorms to just 7 hours of just constant medium rain. Sun shines for 6 hours and next minute it's thunder and lightning again, and it just goes and goes and goes, and I'm over it. Jeez. I'm over wiping light mold off everything. I think I even said that to you when you were cleaning up yours, and I'm like, oh my God, clean the mold. I know what you're going to get. Now it's like payback.
No, I know. We did it though. It is what it is.
We live in the tropics.
That's
you in the north. You in the northern hemisphere and me in the southern.
That's if you want to live in paradise, there's going to be some hell to pay.
There is, but we get 9 months of the year where we get absolutely perfect weather, and we get the best of life. And I feel really bad because people like Joey D in the chat and Claire and so forth, they're all suffering with snow.
Oh, you know what though? I kind of want to go and mess around in the snow. I want to build a snowman and I want to go down, sledding, and I want to actually shovel some snow. I want to feel the cold again for a little while.
Go and stay with Joey.
Joey's got
Joey D needs to come up. I'll go, and Joey D needs to come up because he hasn't been on record for a while, and we need to hear from Mr.
That's
Joey
true.
D. Yeah, so Joey D, come on, you come up. I'm out.
All righty, thanks, Petter, for coming by. I really appreciate it.
No problems. Signing out from Australia.
All right, later.
Okay, see you, babe.
Later. Where you at, Joey? Come on up, man. It's been a minute. I miss talking to you. Where'd you send it, Joey? Oh yeah. Okay, you sent it to Twitter. Give me 1 second. My Twitter's been acting a little stupid on this, so let me see if I can load a Joey. You did send me a picture. Let's see if it'll load. Let me try loading it over here. Give me 1 second, guys. Put that over there. Come on. What in the world? All righty. Give me 1 second, and we have another person. Oh, we got Big Joey here. What's up, Joey? 1 second, and we have another person. We got Big Joey here.
No, I just got to mute my TV here.
What's up, Joey? 1 second, and we have another person. We got Big Joey here.
No, I just got to mute my TV here.
What's up, Joey? 1 second, and we have another person. We got Big Joey here.
No, I just got to mute my.
There we go. I remember those technical problems back in the days. He'll be back in a second. There he goes. He's coming back in. Oh, there we go. What's up, Joey?
How's it going?
Pretty good, man. There he goes. He's coming back in. Oh.
So I was gonna say, did you see the thing?
What's up, Joey?
How's it going?
Pretty good, man.
Like in Ecuador.
We're getting that feedback.
I was gonna say, did you see the thing?
What's up, Joey?
Feedback. How's it going?
Pretty good, man.
Like in Ecuador.
We're getting that feedback.
I was gonna say, did you see the thing?
What's up, Joey? Hold on.
How's it going?
Let me see if.
What about now? You still get it?
No, done. It's
okay.
not there.
Yeah. I had to turn off. It kind of like it when I use this. It reminds me of Bool. It's something that Bool had me install, and I had to turn off.
Give me 1 second. I'm looking for that picture you sent me. And let me see. Let me go here. Let me look down. Give me 1 second. So how have you been? Tell me. Talk to me, brother. I haven't talked to you in a long time.
It's been a little rough. I mean, the weather. I mean, it snowed like all the time now. I mean, I got like it must be like over 2 feet of snow, like hard packed. You know what I mean? Because it snows and it hasn't been over freezing for like over a month, so it just keeps building up and building up. I mean, I've shoveled so many times.
Jeez, I'm trying to find I've got so many people on Discord. Was it on Discord that you sent it to me?
No, on remember on Twitter.
On Twitter? Let's see. I don't remember because I'm old, bro, and I tend to forget everything.
Yeah, let me see. I could just say hi, and then it'll be at the top. When did I send it?
Sorry, guys.
Did I send it to your phone, or I'm looking for it now.
I remember seeing it. I just don't remember.
Oh, I did send it to you on Discord. Yeah, I did send it to you on Discord. Okay. Yeah, it was.
Let me look for you on Discord then. I wish I kept it in order, like who talked to you, you know? Oh, there you go, right there. And, oh, wow, yeah. Let me just, and that's the other thing with Twitter, with Discord, you can't save it. Make sure you go save it. And let's go to desktop, just right there. Man, that is a lot of snow, Joey. I told you I was jealous. One more here. Almost done, guys, to show you this massive amount of snow. Oh, my dog just farted. He's here farting. Nasty dog. There we go. Bam. Put that in there. And we will share this, guys. Sorry it took me so long. We had to find it though, and now I can't find my stupid mouse. Disappeared. There it is. I've got that shares my mouse all over the place. So there we go. All right, perfect. Bam. All right, let's share screen. There we go. Bam. You guys see that? That is a lot of snow. I love the house in the background, man. Those tile homes. That is so freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's mine.
All right, that's
just a little deep.
There we go. That's
that's
above the hood of a Bronco. That's pretty up there. That's crazy, dude. Is it going to be snowing more?
It snowed yesterday. And it's one thing that is kind of like beautiful is that when it's like really cold, I don't know, it was like 13 below like the other night. And it was like it snowed, but it's like it almost looks like if you went to if you remember like when you would go to like a department store and they had like the fake snow that looked like glitter.
Yeah.
Like that's what the snow actually looked like. It had It was like a layer of like little glass shards that was on top of it, and it was just reflecting the light. That's when it's like really, it was unbelievable how it's only when it snows like really, really light, and then it has like these little glass shards, kind of like snow that covers the top, and it was just like I said, because when you looked at it, you could see like little squares that were, that were the snowflakes, and it was almost like ice crystals. It was it was really beautiful.
The last time I saw snow, the flakes were like the size of my hand. We were in Montana, and it came down, and I had never seen snowflakes that big. I didn't even know that was a thing. That I don't know if they were combining or just that's how big they were. It was just crazy.
I've never seen it outside of like my, went to like New Hampshire once, but I've never been out to like California or, any of these like the Vale area or anything like that.
No, it was ridiculous. It's crazy, man. So other than that, being snowed in, man, how have you been?
You saw that I kind of like left Twitter. Got rid
toxic.
of all of this stuff. You know what I mean? It's just. I just don't care about it anymore. It's just like I only joined for, I started in July, and within 6 months I was out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I can't do it.
Yeah. So do you feel liberated, free?
I don't. It's like Facebook. I quit Facebook like I don't know, like 4 years ago or something like that.
Wow.
And I don't miss it. And I don't really miss Twitter at all. The only thing I did was I think I told you this. I logged in again, so I didn't lose it permanently. And when I went to go deactivate it right away, because that's what I would do is just deactivate it, right away.
Mm-hmm.
It's the control panel, like the settings where you go to do that. It was blank. You know what I mean? I couldn't do anything. So I like it. So it's just sitting there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just.
I get a few notifications, but I guess it's like Facebook that when you don't. Interact with people, that they just drop you don't get everything. Like, so I don't have like the million, because I'd say 95% of the people who follow me are like the people who it's about like KJ stuff. So I'm not getting any of those, every fart that she does and that kind of thing, so I mean, that's my feed was like never, when I put stuff up. I don't know if you used to see the stuff I put up. It was
it would come up. I'd get it because me and you talked all the time, so I would get definitely a lot of the stuff that you would put up.
Yeah, most of my stuff was like science stuff. I put up like a lot of like old songs and stuff like that. Like Stevie Nicks and things like that. And get involved and on my own feed put up a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. Well,
I was asking, did you see the thing? Do you follow like any of the countries by you, like what's happening in Ecuador? Like they had their presidential election.
Well, I don't really follow it because it's kind of far. It's
right.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So if it's not like my neighbor Nicaragua or Guatemala or El Salvador, then it really doesn't affect me. So I'm just like, But and you guys are going through some stuff down there, aren't you?
They are, yeah. Well, it's just that the guy they're going to elect, he's like, he wants to do what like Chavez does. He wants to take like land and give it to like the poor people.
And then he's going to turn into a Chavez, and
he's going to turn it into Venezuela. He wants to, like they like the dollar. They love having a dollar, and that keeps their economy like stable. He wants to go back to the sucre. You know what I mean? They're because that way they could just print as much money as they want.
What's funny is I got into an argument on Twitter with somebody about money that we use here in Honduras. So like, you've got $100 bills there, so you can't be in Honduras. I'm like, are you mentally challenged, man, with currency? Third world countries love the dollar and the euro because it's stronger. And I don't have to carry around as much. To carry $1,000, man, I've got to carry 20, 30, almost 200,000 lempiras. Well, I don't want to. All four of my pockets would be over bursting. The hell. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. And what's funny is, and that's where all like the Susan B. Anthony dollars went.
Yeah,
is down there because they love. That's what you use a lot is those $1 coins. Is you use a lot of those things. You take a taxi because the bus. You take like a bus. That's like that's one of they have a few good things that is nice is like the buses. To take it to say like I was in like a coastal area called Bayanita, which basically means whale, right? That's what Bayanita means is whale.
Ballena.
So it means little whale is actually right. So to take that to like the capital, well, that it's like I don't know, like 300 miles away. The bus is like I don't know, like $8. I mean, there's like a surfing kind of like a hippie community called MR.NUt, and it would cost I think it was $1.50 to go there. So it was like $3 round trip. You take the bus. The bus was like an hour. I mean, sometimes the bus was kind of crappy, but sometimes the bus was nice. You know what I mean? It like had little TVs and was air conditioned and everything else like that. So it's really, really different. Like so that's why you have like you use, you don't even use like the bills as much. And I could use my regular bank card. You know what I mean? I was just using my regular JP Morgan Chase Visa to go in the store. You know what I mean? And there was like no extra fee for it,
I know people don't understand that. And then the other thing that they don't understand, I know my viewers are hip and understand that. Did I just use the word hip? I meant they're knowledgeable. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with me? I'm old. Well, the majority of third world countries will have their banks will have euro accounts, dollar accounts, and the local currency accounts. So, that's one of the things that people that never traveled don't understand or don't know about.
Yeah, so the one guy who was running for president, he wants to like let you, because they keep a lot of stuff out, like to buy like say like an iPhone, any electronics, because they don't want you to let it into the country. They put all sorts of tariffs on it, and they won't even allow it in. So like an iPhone, say I'll just say like $100 phone, it costs like $400 down there instead of same thing with like clothes or all that stuff. So like the one guy, I guess because he was like a banker, and I remember he ran against the guy who's he ran in when I was down there in 2016. He lost. But do you know who Correa is?
No, I don't.
All right, Correa was the guy who was he spent. I mean, he really improved the roads and everything, like, but he just spent like money like crazy. And so he can't run because he has an 8-year prison sentence. You know what I mean? And so I don't know where he is, what country he's living in, but he was all buddy with with Castro and the guy Ben Chavez, and there's the guy from Bolivia, like, because remember there was a big leftist movement in South America for a while, and it hasn't worked out well for these countries. That was and it's just a shame to see that's what's going to happen. Like
the world's going crazy, man. The world's going nuts with all this stuff, and you know what? The states put all of that into effect, man. That's where it all, I think, just started rippling effect from there. That was like the epicenter of all this craziness going on worldwide.
I mean, the minimum wage there is what, $366 a month. It's like, oh, you got your little baby over there. I see.
Oh yeah, you see, yeah. Say hi. There's Uncle Joey. Yay! Hey guys, I think I'm gonna cut the stream out. My dog's got to go outside. She's got a poopy and pee pee, and I've got to do some shut eye. And then I will Sunday night. I'll probably do another live. So Joey, if you want to swing by, man, that'd be freaking awesome, dude. And everyone else, I want to say, thanks for coming on.
I just wanted, before you go, I wanted to ask you about one thing that I saw was, Shoot. Have you seen anything? Because they talked about how. Because they actually specifically mentioned Honduras, that the police are stopping people from crossing the border to these caravans and stuff like that.
Well, Honduras isn't stopping anybody. We're not stopping. As far as I know, all of the borders have been open and people have just been going in and out as long as you've had a passport. But there's ways to get into this country that are like ridiculously easy. So I'm sure that a lot of people aren't utilizing the border itself to come in. And then there's like really no checkpoints anywhere. So unless
because there was like a news, a news article I read, because they were forming like another caravan.
Yeah, now going into Guatemala, there was an issue. They weren't
That's what I'm talking about.
They were not letting anyone go into Guatemala from Honduras, but they bum rushed it and they got in there anyway. So
Okay. Yeah, because there was like, people were getting beat up. I mean, I remember
thousands upon thousands of people bum rushed the border, and then the Guatemalan government just was like, you know what, let them through. Okay. This is ridiculous.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
because supposedly, like, what do you call it? They were keeping like Trump's policies in place. Biden's keeping the Trump policy in place, where he's basically bribing these countries to like make sure no one makes it to Mexico, basically.
Yeah, he switched it up though a little bit last week or something like that. So, all right, so I got to get out of here. This one she's gonna pee on me and poop on me if I don't take her out. So, guys, again, thank you for hanging out with us. I hope you've enjoyed today's live. This is something that I do want to get back into doing more often, which it'll be the Insomniacs, or whether it be, this type of format here. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. And when it's all said and done, you can leave a little comment in the bottom and let everybody know you had a great time. And if you didn't, let everybody know. If you think I suck, let everybody know. If you think I'm great, let everybody know. Either way, it's appreciative. It helps the algorithm. And again, I thank you guys. So with that being said, I want to say peace to everybody out there.